Hey everybody, welcome to episode 14 of Burn Down the Sandcast. It's your boy Miko, aka Alex, aka the original Yiffmeister, who's all up in the house with me today.
Yo, what up? It's your boy Mike, aka at Rick Rolls Royce on Twitter. I'm here with...
I'm Maggie. I'm alive still, don't worry. I'm here, kind of, again.
I mean, aren't you snowed in?
I'm here in, like, a spiritual sense, more. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And, I'm Mark, at GameBun on the Twitters.
Mm-hmm.
And
It is snowing, now that you mentioned that. That is true.
It's snowing in New
To the
Jersey.
people listening at home, the three fucks here are from the East Coast. I'm in the South, so I have no snow. But it is cold here.
Do you refer to Texas as the South or the Southwest?
It's like the South.
Okay. I was just wondering what you considered it.
I mean,
we're all pretty much dead in the middle of the country.
I would say that most people from the East Coast would consider you guys Southwest, and we would consider, like, Georgia
Alabama, shit
to be
like
the
that.
South, yeah.
I mean, it's kind of weird considering, like,
guys?
it was snowing down south from where I lived, like over in San Antonio and Austin, which is really fucking weird. But it's all gone.
Snow in
It is
Tejas.
snowing here. It has been snowing all day, and it is not accumulating, really, which is a little weird. We have maybe an inch and a half on the ground.
It's because it's not that cold.
It's just like flakes. So it just like it melts so it hit the ground.
Here,
Like,
it's
if you look
snowed
at
in, like, the morning, and now it's just raining, and it's been raining all day, pretty much.
See,
Nice.
I wouldn't mind the rain here. It's been too dry.
If you look at the temperature, it's going to go up to 40 tonight, so that's why it's not really accumulating, because it's going to melt, basically.
Mm-hmm. Well, you also live in a major city, and I live in the woods,
True.
so it might be a little different for you.
Maybe.
True.
A lot of grass for it to stick on.
Yeah, I love Yu-Gi-Oh!
I love to have weeks.
I want to say my part for last. I have a lot to talk about.
Okay, what did you do, Alex, this week?
Mine says pretty uneventful week because the only thing that happened to me this week is that the toilet seat in our bathroom broke and we had to replace it, and that was kind of it.
Did you break it?
No, my mom cleaned the bathroom and it was fine, and then nobody used the toilet for 6 hours, and I went in to pee and it was broken, so I have no idea what happened.
Wow.
This fat ghost need to take a shit.
It was the ghost of shitting.
Yep.
So it's dry.
My week says, it says, but like a lot louder, like when Goku's powering up the Super Saiyan 3.
Yeah, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
So
7 lines of text.
And
with
then,
the text gets increasingly bigger as you go along.
And bolder as well. And then there's
Mm-hmm.
a picture of Nappa as a Super Saiyan 3 where his mustache is the Super Saiyan 3 hair.
It's like a cape.
Yeah.
I hate this. I hate this image.
You know, we joke about this, but I'm pretty sure it'll be a real thing in Dragon Ball, that arcade game they have in Japan.
There's no particular
but what
reason
about no
for why this is my week. I just was trying to think of what my week is, and I'm dieting today, and this is what I came up with. So this is what my week was. I did literally spend a couple days there editing the entire day long, basically. So, yeah, that's cool. Speaking of, I have a lot of 13 edited as well, which I didn't tell you.
Slide me those podcasts.
Yeah,
dude.
they're gonna be. You guys are gonna get a fucking torrent of podcasts next week.
We're gonna get. Well, what's gonna happen is we're probably gonna put out 2 at once.
Yeah.
We might put out 3 at once because I'm
close.
gonna put out 12 and 13, and then also maybe if I can get 14 done this one, then.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see.
We're making progress, people. We're actually catching up.
Okay. And Maggie, I noticed you don't have a week listed here. How is do you exist outside of time?
I think I do, actually, because I'm not remembering shit lately. So...
Oh, are you the new female Doctor Who that they've been talking about so much?
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Nice.
Doctor Whom. Everybody's
Doctor
favorite.
Whom. Doctor Whomst've.
Yeah.
So actually, I did make that exact joke when the Mabim Bam TV show came out, and I posted the picture of Griffin in the top hat, and I'm like, "Yep, it's Doctor Whom."
So, my week has been a week, I'm gonna assume. I don't remember specific. I remember video game parts, but nothing else really. So I guess nothing happened that matters.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I got an advent calendar, and I can open that up and see how many of those I can fit in my mouth at once if you want.
Yeah, is there some chocolate in there?
Yeah, I forgot I had it, so none of them are open.
Well, you have 9
Okay,
days
so-
worth of chocolate to eat in the next 30 seconds, so...
No, I'm just gonna save it and then just cram them all in, you know?
Okay, good move.
Word.
You eat your chocolate.
So now, here's what I don't think... So, I don't think I understand advent calendars, because I would just go and buy, like, a bag of Reese's Peanut Butter
you're
Cups
right.
and then just eat the whole thing in one sitting.
You're right, I
So,
don't get them either, but...
Do you want me to explain
yeah.
the advent calendars to you?
I mean, I understand the concept, but I don't know why you would do that to yourself when
you
you
don't-
can just have all the candy you want whenever you want.
I
I'll tell
imagine the
you-
idea is for the kitty, and just you give him one candy a day.
Right. You don't do it for yourself. You're an adult, and you buy it for your child, and you say,
Oh, well,
Okay.
okay, so I don't have to worry about that. I'm
Right.
set.
you say, child, you can only have one a day.
I
Don't
didn't
eat
buy
all
it
of
for
them.
myself. My
See?
mom got it for me and gave it
Look.
to me.
See?
Because I'm childlike in my demeanor.
Right, except you're
Okay,
making
well,
the
there you
horrible
go.
mistake of Halloweening it up at the end of the
But
month.
I mean, do you want the chocolate or do you want the one with the Legos?
I mean,
What do you mean Legos? What?
They have Lego advent calendars.
Yeah, they do.
Oh,
Why
yeah.
would- what?
I think I've had
Just-
one of those before.
Like each
And
thing has a
at
piece.
the end, you can build something. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's a whole like little Christmas set.
So is it like you got the Christmas Millennium Falcon Lego set, and it's gonna take you 16 years to build that fucking
The
thing,
idea is
or-
that like each thing is its own separate thing. Like so there's like one day it won't be like a tree, day two be like a house, or day three be like a little dude, stuff like that. Like it's just another part to the set.
No, I mean I was a Connects kid growing up anyway, so you know
I mean, you could be both,
same.
man. You don't gotta pick them.
Connects were cheaper, so I
Yes, they are. As someone who
So-
bought one for my
They are.
nephew for Christmas, yes, they are.
Yo, but like Connects are good.
Dude, I bought my mom got me like a pinball Connects thing as a kid. I built that shit. I think it was fun.
I had a...
So I did not have any like specific set. I just had like the large set. So I like tried to build my own pinball set, just like with the regular pieces. It wasn't great, but it worked. I actually have a Connects cube somewhere. I don't know how I did this, but I engineered it. Like it's like a 1/2 foot by 1/2 foot. It's 6 inches, and you can stand on it. Like it supports my 235-pound ass to this day without breaking.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's the other
Yeah.
benefit Connects have. They can be beaten the fuck up and they'll be fine.
I mean,
Well, it depends. I broke a lot of the really long yellow rods.
I mean, yeah, those are just like.
and the gray ones
Those are just like really flimsy because you know. I mean, it's,
because they're long.
yeah, they're long. You just
Anyway,
okay.
we should probably stop talking about Connects and start talking about video games. What do you say, gang?
Wait, I had a week.
Oh, you had a...
You fucker! For once in my
Oh, because it's the first one in the list, and then you wanted to go last. So anyway,
yeah,
I
'cause
had a week. Please don't forget me.
tell me about the thing.
I actually had a week this week for once. It's amazing. It actually feels really good. But we'll start with the easy one.
What's
No,
it like?
start with Coco.
You want to? Okay. So
What is
okay,
Coco?
Coco is a movie made by Pixar.
What's it
I
about?
It's about Day of the Dead.
Oh, it's that. Okay. Because I've seen more about Fuck the Frozen short in this thing than I've seen about the actual movie. So I didn't know
Okay,
what
so
it
I'll
was.
mention that along with Coco because I'll get to that.
Okay.
I'll get the easy shot out of the way. Basically, Twitch
Yeah.
Twitch had did the Yu-Gi-Oh marathon again, and they're
Are
the
they
last
still
season.
doing it?
It's almost over. I think you have
They're
like
not
one
done
more.
Yeah, and my dumbass went back for seconds.
Oh.
Look,
So,
you can never have enough
you know.
Yu-Gi-Oh. But at the
I mean, you can definitely have enough Yu-Gi-Oh, and I'm a bad person.
basically they played the pot of greed, so now we have another 2 weeks.
You know how I know you can have enough Yu-Gi-Oh? Because I didn't watch the first one, and I'm not watching the second one.
Oh, anyway, so along with the Yu-Gi-Oh marathon, they just kind of put this out without really any advertising. A Digimon marathon alongside it.
Meaning
Digimon.
alongside, meaning at the same time, or
Yeah,
at the same time. So what
The
Twitch did
fuck?
was they had Twitch Presents. They have introduced a second Twitch Presents channel,
Uh-huh.
Jesus Christ.
and Digimon was kind of the kickoff for Twitch Presents too.
Okay, I
Yeah.
gotta ask: does this just end eventually with them having Crunchyroll having a channel on Twitch where they're constantly streaming 24/7 anime?
I don't
Because
think
that sounds like a
Crunchyroll has.
nightmare.
I don't think Crunchyroll has Digimon, or at least the old
So who's
seasons.
doing it then?
Well, I guess they probably just like, hey, we want to like have this on our thing just to advertise our shit because the
but
Digimon
who?
marathon is
Who?
only available in America and Canada.
Whomst've. Who's
What?
doing this? Who's streaming Digimon? Who's saying, yeah, put Digimon on there?
The IP holder of the Digimon franchise.
Who?
I guess.
Whomst've?
Wait. I just realized. I think Digimon in the States is still like licensed to Saban, who does Power Rangers, and Twitch and Power
Is
Rangers have
it?
partners.
I don't know.
I think so. And then they
Okay.
both have like a little partnership going on because they're actually doing a Power Rangers thing on
Right,
Twitch.
I remember
exclusively.
that.
So that's probably why.
Huh.
But anyway, Digimon Marathon. They're on season 3, which is the best weird season.
Season 3 of Digimon.
Yeah.
Is that the one with where we get to see the people? Oh no, that's the really weird one. That's the one with the fox lady and the
That is the one.
and the
You
bunny.
mean
with-
Renamon?
and
Yeah,
it's the
Renamon
bu-
season. Yeah, that's Tamers.
We're not allowed to say that word
Hey,
on this
so,
podcast.
Hey, so question for you: what if Renamon got Rena horny?
We're not allowed to
Hey,
say that
actually,
on this
about
podcast.
on that
I'm
topic,
banning that word.
On that topic, I googled Whomst've owns Digimon, and I got Vor. So there you go. Don't Google Digimon
I mean,
ever.
We'll get the Vor
Listen.
later. We have a thing. About it.
No, we won't. We absolutely will not.
I mean, we can't avoid it. Kojima, it's Blake Kojima. It's his fault.
Okay,
Anyway.
so you watched
Okay.
Digimon.
So yeah, Digimon. It's fun. It's really fucking weird, but it's fun. Anyway,
So are they digital or are they not digital? I've never understood the core concept.
They're
of
digital
Digimon.
monsters. Digimon are the champions.
Are they
God
real?
damn it! I
Hey.
wanted to say that. Anyway.
Are they real though? Because there's games where you like simulate raising
It's-
them, and I don't
So
understand.
season 3 is weird because they actually specifically mentioned that the fact that they were made by humans.
Right. And there's
So-
a whole plot line about that, and there's a whole fucking shadow organization of NSA fuckers in a tower. And
And then the main villain at the last villain in that season is like was made during like the DOS era to try to
Right.
clean up the digital monsters when things got too big.
Is there a plot line where someone thinks that the NSA is tapping their Digimon?
That's probably in the new season.
no, it's like the NSA are tapping their Digimon. The NSA created the Digimon, and the Digimon are tapping your phone.
There's a whole fucking lot of stuff about that third season. It's interesting, like out of the regular Digimon shit.
All right.
Anyway,
Digimon.
but let's
Okay,
get to the meat.
so-
Let's get to the meat of the thing. So on Tuesday, because last week we started the podcast late because of my fault. Because my friend was having some problems, so I told her I'd go see her on Tuesday. We should try to like forget everything that happened that day, just have fun.
Yeah, let's
so-
go see Coco.
Yeah, we said we went to go see Coco, but we specifically mentioned we wanted to go there after the short, which I'll get to now.
Mm-hmm.
So they decided to just cram a fucking Frozen short in front of this movie because fuck you.
How long?
It's 20 minutes.
I mean,
Too
that's
long.
not a
That's
short.
not
a short is
anymore.
5.
That's like
You might call that a
so
long.
episodes of cartoons on television are like 23 minutes, so that's like not a short anymore.
Exactly. So the main thing that stuck out with this, like, because Coco premiered in Mexico first, and people over there were fucking pissed about this short for obvious reasons.
Can I ask you
But-
actually another question? How long is Coco?
Coco is about an hour and 20 minutes.
So this short is like a fifth of the length of the entire thing.
Plus, you have to also consider like the stuff before it, the trailers.
Right.
So from when you go into the time showing to when it actually ends for real, it's about 2 hours long.
Jesus Christ.
Mhm.
For a Pixar movie, that's too long.
Well,
I know.
was it a cool short of the hit movie Frozen that I've totally watched before?
Fuck you. So, apparently,
What's Frozen?
from what I remember, from what I read, this short was supposedly made for ABC, like a Christmas special kind of thing. But I guess it got too cinematic-y, so they just stuck it behind one of their movies, which was supposed to be Gigantic, which got canned earlier this year.
Haha.
So with nowhere else to go, they decided to cover it for
Oh yeah, the Pixies biopic, yeah.
whatever. So now with nowhere else to go, they decided to cover it for this movie because we have nothing else to pick it from for the year.
That was a deep cut.
That was a deep cut. Thank you.
But basically, yeah, people were pretty much pissed about this short because just because the fact that it was crying like it's a movie. Coco's a movie about celebrating Mexican culture, and you have this white trash that is Frozen. So it seems kind of like an insult. And the fact is also it's 20 minutes long, just seems to be shoehorned for advertising. The songs are bad. I mean, we went my time here. Our friend got in about 5 minutes before the movie actually started. The main movie, and here it's like, oh, it's a Christmas song. Oh, they're just celebrating Christmas, and there's some shit about like a fruitcake.
Okay. And then
I don't know. But
Did
anyway,
they do something like this with a Toy Story thing, but they put it at the end of the movie?
I think they actually put it in the Blu-ray, because I think I remember seeing that on TV.
Because why didn't they just do that instead of fucking shove
Well,
it in front of a
so-
movie?
Pixar does shorts in front of like every movie they put out.
Yeah,
Right,
but they're
But
like
they're
short.
normally like 2 to 3 minutes. They're not like 20-minute fucking, hey, remember Frozen, that movie that we had? Hey, check this out.
It's supposed to be something like two old guys playing chess or something, not like, here's Frozen again.
Yeah, that thing in front of A Bug's Life is 2 minutes long.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's a short.
Yeah, and this is just, we want to advertise Frozen and sell more toys. So fuck them. But basically, what I wanted to mention last week is the fact that they removed the short as of yesterday. So if you're going to watch Coco, you don't have to worry about that short anymore. It's gone.
Well, the next movie I'm seeing is Star Wars, so...
You can do a double feature.
Is Coco a good movie?
Coco is a very good movie.
so we
That's
like
what I've
Coco,
heard.
we don't like
So,
Tori.
the best thing about going to watch Coco with my friend, the fact that there was no one there, because we went around 3 o'clock.
So how many blowjobs did you both get?
Shut up. Fuck off. Asshole. But anyway, we watched it. It's a good feel good movie. Like because again I've been surrounded by Mexican shit my entire life because I'm Hispanic. So a lot of the stuff hit close to home. I mean, even like because I'm a big sap for this kind of shit. Even like the ending, like the big emotional moment, still hit me. Even without like any real connection to what was happening.
Right.
But I still like really love like all the set pieces, the Day of the Dead City. That's really fucking cool looking. But that's like the main set piece of the entire movie, and it's really awesome.
So you're saying that I mean, this is kind of a weird way to put this, but graphically, it's very impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just someone because who's also trying to go into this field, the way they had everything put together.
Nice.
The songs
How's
are
the music?
really
Yeah.
nice. I mean, actually, before I worked today, I was listening to the soundtrack, but in Spanish.
Oh.
Because, this is a Spanish movie, you expected to hear it like that. And then
I would hope
everything
so.
just kind of syncs up better.
Sure.
It's like, I want to watch it again, but in Spanish, just to see how it is.
So yeah, I was
Did they not have it in Spanish? Because that would make sense, right?
They do, but when we went to the movie showing, we went to the one that was just the first one that was available.
Yeah, I was gonna ask this kind of a weird question, but are there two versions in theaters? Like, is there a Spanish language version? And
So
a
I checked the AMC here. They have one showing for the Spanish version.
Gotcha.
So it is out there. I'm not sure.
It's
how many
possible though. I will say that might be a Tejas only sort of thing, or a Southern California.
It could be,
Tejas only type
actually.
thing.
It could be.
Let's check out the Rockaway Malls movie theater.
Could be. But yeah, I'm hoping to take my dad and his family because
Cool.
this is shit they would probably really love.
Sure.
So with my mom, because again, and I already told my friend that if it's still in theaters, we're gonna watch it again
Nice.
because we both really love that movie. And
So-
on the Mhm.
Oh, I was gonna say. So you also saw another movie.
Yeah, because we wanted to kill time that day after we got
Right.
some pizza. We went back to that same theater. And we went to go watch Thor.
Did they recognize you?
Mm.
And then not really. Nah, the lady in front, the lady at the desk was different.
Okay, so before you get into Thor, the AMC in Clifton, New Jersey does have one showing dubbed in Spanish on Monday.
Huh. Cool.
That like none of the other AMCs in New Jersey have that.
Sure,
so-
but if you look around, you might find one. Just
Yeah,
I
look
guess.
around.
Yeah.
You might find something like City Movie Grill, or even like if Alamo Draft House is around.
Now I
It's like-
wonder though if the Spanish language version has subtitles or not.
From when I checked the AMC theater, it just says like Spanish dub, no subtitles.
Mm.
But there are,
Yeah.
but there is English dub with Spanish subtitles versions available.
Oh, okay. All right, cool.
So they have options for that.
Is it not like originally in Spanish and then dubbed in English?
That's what I'm wondering because because like the songs all sound a lot better in Spanish. Like the main song, "Remember Me," matches the melody matches better with the lyrics in Spanish than English. So I wonder if they wrote them in Spanish first and then put them and then translated them over.
It's
I
possible
hope
the
they did
songs were
that.
done in English, but
But
then
like the
right.
script apparently like the script was apparently like like they did it. The main story is about family, and then eventually it became about music as well. So it could be. But
Yeah.
anyway,
Yeah, I don't know.
again, it's a fun movie. I recommend it.
Cool.
Now, my buddy Thor.
Yeah,
He's-
your
he's a
homie
good
Thor. I
boy.
saw this movie too a while ago.
Yeah.
I forget if I talked about this last week, but I did see this with my dad recently.
I don't think we talked about this last week.
Yeah.
So yeah, we wanted something happy because like Coco was like is sad but like happy sad, but we wanted something that just
Right.
made us laugh. So Thor is a good like counter to that.
That movie is definitely funny. I can
It's
say
definitely-
that for sure.
Mhm. Because my friend's not really into like the Marvel superhero stuff, but she
Right.
really likes Thor.
That's because he's a big, handsome boy.
I bet. But I think that was the fact that's the only movie that she really ever saw. I think it was like on TV.
Did she see both of them? Or
I think
just the
she only-
first one?
I think she only mentioned she watched the first one.
That's good. Good for her.
But yeah, we watched it. We enjoyed it. Bit of the CGI did stick out a bit, but because of the way the movie is, you kind of like ignore it for a little bit. Jeff Goldblum's a really good villain. I'll give him
Jeff
that.
Goldblum is great. I also really enjoyed, God, I can never remember his name when I need to. Hulk actor, Mark Ruffalo.
Oh, Barack. Yeah.
Yeah, in general, him in that movie and also Hulk in that movie, I thought were both really good.
Yeah,
Super
like,
funny. Yeah.
mhm. I still really like Thor and the fact that he just kind of like just shrugs everything off most of the time. And Loki's reaction to whenever time Hulk is on screen is really good.
Yes, that too. The part where this is kind of a spoiler, but not really, because it's in the trailers.
Yeah.
Where Hulk and Thor are fighting, and then Hulk picks up Thor by the leg and starts slamming him like he did Loki, and Loki goes, "Yes, that's how it feels." That was really good.
Oh, that's a good movie.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. That was a really fun day. I'm happy that it worked out for both of us. Because I finally gave her a present, which I got her a Switch.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Oh, you
Nope.
got me a Switch and you gave it to someone so they can watch
Oh.
it for me. Thanks so much. Hey, when can I pick that up, by the way? Also, how do I get to Texas for free?
Wait, can I tell a hilarious story right now that's gonna make you super mad?
Uh-huh.
Sure.
So when I was at AGDQ last year, Awesome Games Done Quick,
Oh no.
I pre-ordered a Switch. Now, I thought that I canceled that pre-order because I canceled it and Amazon said I canceled it and it never showed up. So I was like, all right, well, I guess I canceled it successfully. Earlier this year, I bought a Switch.
Uh-huh.
Probably like a week ago, maybe.
Oh.
My mom comes to me and says, "Hey, by the way, can I show you something really quick?" And I was like, "Yeah, what's up?" And she was like, "I just wanted to do whatever." I was like, "Okay." And she hands me an Amazon box and she says, "We got this forever ago. I don't know what this is. Can you open this up and figure it out?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And I open it up and it's the Switch that I pre-ordered. And she was like,
Holy shit. Are you
and I was
are
like,
you kidding me?
"No." And I was like, "Well, she was like, "Yeah, we have to return that." And I was like, "Well, yeah." And I was like, "But I canceled this." And she was like, "Do you think they charged us for it?" I don't know. And I was like, "They definitely must have charged us for it." But point is, I theoretically successfully canceled that because Amazon said I canceled it.
Uh-huh. And
But we have it. So there's technically two Switches in my house right now.
But
Holy
so
shit.
did they charge you for it? That's the question.
I think so the problem is we can't find the order because it was canceled. So I don't.
Oh.
Look at your bank history.
Yeah.
That's what we're slowly moving towards that step. But yes.
So, the
But yeah,
real
isn't
question is, thanks for getting me a Switch. Mike. It's so nice of you to think of me in Christmas season.
Oh, you know what they say, Fistmas only comes but once a year.
It's gonna be a good Fistmas.
Speaking of,
I am gonna make us do a Fistmas special episode next week,
oh
so
god,
At least
we'll talk about what that entails off air.
at least
but,
that Beast Game of the Year discussion.
yeah.
yeah.
Alright. But yeah, that was my week. I had a lot of fun Tuesday, and then she's gonna come to see me in a couple of weeks, so I'm gonna do it again.
Speaking of games of the year,
Oh boy, did that happen.
Let's talk about the Game Awards, aka the Jeff Keighley fuck station.
yeah. If you don't know what that is, Jeff Keighley hosts a. I was gonna say TV show, but it's not. Is it? Is it on TV? I don't know
It
if it's
started
televised
as a TV show on Spike TV, and now it is just an internet thing.
So yeah,
It's-
Spike didn't want it,
okay.
and Keely said, "Fuck it, I'll pay for it." And then we have the internet now.
So
for
it's
some
an
reason-
internet broadcasted show where they say, "Hey, here's a award games," and they give it.
It's basically a giant advertisement with some game announcements, with some
Yeah,
awards.
true.
Yeah.
Uber.
Yeah.
But
Uber.
I
Eats.
feel like this year has been like the most fair. I mean, last year was kind of a mess.
Yeah, you're right. Because
Wait.
last year ninjas didn't play free, but this year ninjas play free.
Mother.
Free, and
I was just
if
fucking
you,
about to do
they
that.
want, yeah, and they want me to buy McDonald's using Uber Eats. That's the two things I took away from the Game Awards this year.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
Which I can't even get Uber Eats in my area.
Did you know you could use this promo code to buy a car from eBay and then sign up for Uber Eats, and then you can deliver food to people?
Nobody understands anything that we're saying right now. Let's go down a list and explain.
All right.
So
Miko, you start. We'll just go.
Yeah, we'll just rotate through each one of these items because there's a lot for the Game Awards.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, so the Game Awards has this thing called Trending Gamer. It's maybe the stupidest award in the world, but so a few years ago, Jeff Gerstmann got nominated and he got robbed.
Yeah.
I don't remember who won, but he should have won.
We can check.
This year, Half Coordinated, who is a speedrunner who essentially doesn't have use of one of his hands. He's like very outspoken about like, accessibility in gaming and all that sort of stuff.
And also he's a good speedrunner and a nice guy.
Yeah, he's probably one of my favorite speedrunners. He's very good. He was up for this award. He also got fucking robbed. Fuck you. Jeff Gerstmann, Half Coordinated, you are the trending gamers of our hearts.
Half Coordinated got robbed by an extremely popular PUBG, aka PlayerUnknown's Battleground streamer, named Dr. Disrespect, who, to his credit, always wears a wig and sunglasses anywhere he goes in public. So,
and a fake mustache.
So, there's worse people to get robbed by, but...
Yeah, I think... Who did Jeff lose to? I need to look this up.
I am checking right now. I'm trying to find the fan awards.
I remember being like really angry about it.
Was Jeff last year or the year before?
It was the year before.
Jeff was like 2014.
Oh, okay, I'm in 2015 then. I'm in the wrong section.
If you want to look, if you want to check out a quick speed run,
he lost to Total fucking Biscuit.
Oh god, that's right.
That's why I was so angry.
Yeah,
oh my god,
that's way worse than Dr. Disrespect. Sorry.
Yeah.
And if you want to check out a cool speed run by Half Coordinated that happened recently, I don't remember if it was SGDQ or AGDQ, but I think it was SGDQ.
SGDQ, he opened SGDQ with Nier Automata.
Yep, and it was really good, so check that out.
It was so good.
I have to watch that one.
Actually, I think that's why I purchased Nier Automata over the summer, was I saw that and I was like, I need this game, and then I never played it until last time we did the podcast.
Alright, Maggie, next one.
I don't know why you picked my ass for this.
Why not? Just do it.
From Software did a teaser that was about 0.3 seconds long. And
no, it was at least a whole second.
I want to say something about that. The fact that the end is so short, I think Keeley got surprised as well. Because he kind of looked back and then like, wait, it's over? Okay.
Have you ever seen one of those teasers where it literally says nothing about what the thing is, and you literally have no idea what it is, and I don't care what it is either. So like, fuck it.
It wasn't even just that it was short though; is that it was a static shot of one thing for like, I don't know, 10 seconds, and then it was like,
they showed like a thing transforming, so it's probably Bloodborne or something like that. But they could have just said it.
There's already internet theories, for the record, on this 10-second.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. I have seen a video that's like 11 minutes long talking about it.
I will just discuss two of the internet theories that I do think are maybe a little bit credible. Well, three. Kuon, Kuon. Is
that anime where all the girls are in a band?
No. It is a survival horror game that was published by From Software. And from what we can see in that trailer, it looks like a sort of a bone with like a weird flesh fucking thing going in the middle.
Yeah, so that's the other thing, is like every game they've released in the past 10 years has bones in it.
Sure. But this could be like a Kuon thing where, because this was sort of Kuon was sort of the prequel in some ways. I mean, it was more so not King's Quest. I forget what it was called. They had another
King's Quest, Graham.
Kingsfield, thank you.
Yes.
It was more so Kingsfield, but this too was sort of like a prequel to that Soul stuff. It's actually more Soulsy, whatever that adjective means, than you would think. So it could be like a Kuon thing. It could be like a horror Souls, quote unquote, thing, like, which would sort of just be Bloodborne again, right? Like Bloodborne 2.
Yeah.
Is that the picture I saw of the Japanese lady with like the centipede?
Who's a centipede? Yep. That is from
That was
Kuon.
pretty cool. Yeah, I hope it's that, but it's probably not.
Well, it could be. And then
who knows?
Man, there was one other one, but I can't remember what it was supposed to be. Anyway, Tenchu, right?
Yeah, that was the one I kept reading about.
Yeah, a lot of people are thinking it might be a Tenchu thing. I don't know why they think that has anything to do with Tenchu, but
Weird. Okay.
It's sword.
yeah.
That's literally it. It's just a sword.
So, I don't know. We'll see. I wish that they would have given me literally even 1% more than what they gave us.
Yeah.
but-
Yeah.
It's like a frame more would give me something to chew
I
on.
got
Yeah,
a
really.
theory. I got
I
a
think-
theory. And it ties into something else that happened at the Game
Oh, yeah?
Awards.
Oh, yeah?
It's actually the prequel to Death Stranding.
Oh, no, we can't get into that yet.
No,
No,
that's
hold on.
way down the list. Wait, no. Well, actually, that's not.
It's not way down the list,
That's
but we
pretty
need to
close.
hold on. So,
Yeah.
I don't even know what this last one was because I wasn't here for this. So it's
There
someone
was
else
some
needs to do this
music.
one.
That's really about it.
Game Bun
they
hit
did
me with
like-
this.
I don't even remember this either.
All right, hit me.
They,
Nico.
All right,
they did
skip it
like
then.
an orchestral thing that went over a bunch of songs from different games for a bit, and then they did
Oh,
it again later on.
Yeah, that's I
too.
remember that.
Oh,
Yeah,
I remember
but-
when they did it later, but I didn't know they did it to
No,
start with.
that
too.
bit, that later bit was for like the Game of the Year stuff. This is like just like generic, like general songs that for games that were at the event.
Oh, okay.
This was so where we're at now in the list. This is the official opening of the show. Everything was like the pre-show before this.
Mhm.
Oh, okay, right.
I don't know why it was
Yeah.
the pre-show. It doesn't make any sense why they had awards going out at the pre-show or anything. I don't understand the Game Awards. I guess I'm not intelligent
Look,
or
man,
enough
so
of a gamer.
Keely's a genius. You just don't understand his creativity.
So they actually forgot to give out an award at the Game Awards. I was reading through Polygon this morning trying to see if there was like anything like that popped off at the PSX thing after I went to bed.
Uh-huh.
No, but they did forget to give a Player Unknown its only award that it won.
Which was
I think it was Best Multiplayer.
Did they forget or did they just not do it?
No, they forgot.
If they forgot and then just didn't do it.
They got
it's the
distracted
same
by
thing.
Coked Out Boy, which we'll get to.
Oh
Alright.
my God,
You weren't
there's
around
no
for that,
reason
Nico,
that
but there
didn't
was a
happen.
real
Oh.
Coked Out Boy at one point.
Oh boy.
oh boy. Speaking of weird shit,
Yeah.
so yeah, Death Stranding got into the trailer at the VGAs, and the fuck just happened?
I don't know. This
yeah,
is
so
like new Kojima
the
game.
From Software teaser, I feel like I got the same amount of information out of the Death Stranding trailer.
Uh-huh.
Because I don't look, I'm excited for this game. I'm very curious to see where it goes. The more I see about this game, the less I fucking understand about what's happening.
The From Software trailer was like 30 seconds, and this one was like 9 minutes and 30 seconds, and yeah, they had about the same amount of content to them to understand.
So all I figured out from that trailer is this weird goop that seems to sense when you're breathing. There's a baby in a capsule thing.
Yeah, like the air makes you old, and then there's like flashing lights that shine on the Invisible Man. It's
Okay.
coming to kill you, I guess. I
And
don't know.
this GIF summarizes also how I feel about that thing.
What they were talking about... Oh, is it the baby with the thumbs up? Oh, no. Okay. that's
No,
what
it's the chat. It's the chat.
What I will say, though... Okay, so they did... After they showed the trailer, they had a little chitty chat with Kojima and a translator.
Yeah.
And he did... There were a couple things he said, and from watching the trailer, that I can give a vague opinion of what I would think this game has to do with. He basically seemed like he said this game has to do with like the sort of life-death cycle thing. And that the idea is like... The thing that he said in the interview was like, when you're born, there's like an explosion, right? There's like this explosion of life.
Of
So why wouldn't there be like an explosion when you die?
Of
And
cum.
there's like a similar explosion of something when you die.
You know,
So-
not everything's about cum.
I
And
mean, almost everything.
there was a lot of cum in that trailer. So in the trailer, you've got Norman Reedus and
It's fucking fetus.
some other, and his funky fetus, some other guys. There's a guy under a truck, and then another dude's trying to get him out from under the truck. And basically, this invisible Titan from Attack on Titans shows up, and it absorbs a corpse into the goo. It might also be the goo. I'm not sure if it's the goo or it's related to the goo.
Yeah, I don't really understand
And then-
how that works.
Yeah, and so I think the goo might be separate from it, because the goo goes down, the Titan go up. Because the goo sucks everything into the floor, the Titan sucks everything up into the air. So this goo absorbs a corpse, and then it tries to absorb the guy, and then stupid people make noise, and it tries to absorb the guy who's under the truck. This is gonna sound completely insane if you haven't seen this trailer. Just as a preface,
just watch.
Just go watch it. It's a lot easier.
But basically, the way that it goes is that this guy, as he's getting sucked up to the Titan, it's bad. Whatever happens if you get to that thing is real bad. So he tries to shoot himself in the head, and it doesn't let him. So then he starts stabbing himself in the chest, like fucking 10 times with a knife.
Yeah.
And then the fetus is there, and Norman Reedus picks it up.
Well, so the fetus is in a cryogenic
tube
or something.
Right, and the fetus has some sort of
tube backpack?
It has some kind of purpose because there's a tube that goes from your spacesuit to the fetus, and then when something bad happens, the fetus turns all black. Because at first he wipes off the goo and it's a regular fetus in there, but then after he goes underwater and the fetus is in his lungs giving a thumbs up, then after that the fetus is all black inside the tube. So maybe it got absorbed by whatever the bad juju was. And then there's just a bunch of floating dead dudes, and Norman Reedus cries one tear at them.
Yeah, so also there was, I presume this was Mad Mikkelsen's character, where the guy in, a lot of, armor kind of, floats down, and then also gives the same thumbs up the baby does later.
Did he give a thumbs up? I thought he went, shh. He goes, shh.
No, so they re-aired this trailer at the PSX thing, and that's when I noticed that he did the thumbs up that the baby did.
Okay.
Because there were already so many memes about the baby.
Oh.
Right? You know how the internet is.
Yeah.
I think the most important takeaway from this is at one point he throws up what looks like tiny shrimp, and they're alive, and you gotta cook your food.
Then they fly away.
Before,
Yeah, they just
you
fly away.
you eat it, man. You can't just eat raw live shrimp, man. What the fuck you doing?
Yeah, actually, there is a good point though that you make, which is that might be Mads Mikkelsen, because there's a dude on the truck who does a thing to them, and
he floats down, lands on the truck, gives the thumbs up, and then all of a sudden the ground starts flooding.
Basically, that's when everything goes really bad. And I will say that in the earlier trailer they had for this, Mads Mikkelsen had goo on him at one point, so that he seemed like the goo lord or something. So that, I don't know, that might be his whole goo deal. Hey,
yeah,
this is some weird shit.
Hideo Kojima, weird guy, right?
You know, people always are like, yeah, man, they always, whenever he was working for Konami, they always were holding him back. He would give them a crazy idea and they'd be like, nah, that's too crazy. You don't do that. Well, he's clearly unplugged now.
Yep.
Oh, baby.
They let him out.
Oh, you know it.
Hideo Kojima uncaged.
Oh, no.
Is it going to be a glorious mess or a terrible mess?
I mean, honestly,
I'm excited for it. I want to play it.
There was somebody who tweeted, I don't ever need Death Stranding to come out. You can just keep every year releasing a crazier and crazier trailer, and I would be perfectly happy with that.
I feel like all of the hype for this game is going to come and crash. I'm being kind of pessimistic here, but I don't see where this goes, to be honest. That's all I want to see.
No, how can you, though? You can't see where it goes because you don't even understand what the baseline plot is yet. So
yeah, I don't understand the rules of physics in this world are different.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know what's happening.
Speaking
up
of
is down,
world,
down is up. Babies are giving thumbs ups.
Shut the fuck up. Speaking of a world with different physics.
I don't know about that transition, but sure.
Well, don't worry. There's a link you're just not seeing.
That's even worse.
There you go. Legend
Your
Zelda.
Tia takes so bad you instantly go to sleep.
So, Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time 2.0 Special Edition has a new DLC coming out.
They putting out DLC for Majora's Mask 3DS?
Yeah, man.
Yep.
Nice.
I wish,
Weird.
actually, weirdly.
But yeah, Breath of the
me
Wild
too.
has a DLC. I've never played the game. I don't know what's going on in the trailer, but there is definitely a cool ass horse motorcycle.
There's only one thing you need to know, and that's horse motorcycle.
I really, really hope somewhere on it the letters E, P, N, and A are on it. I just fucking hope. Like it's
you don't care if there's an O or not?
No, it needs
that's
to not
one
have the O.
abbreviated. Anyway, so
but
DLC
then wait, I'm sorry, but then the license plate could just say Nape.
I can't.
Okay.
So that link, that image I linked earlier of Austin Walker taking off his glasses.
Yeah.
Says that the thing.
Yep.
That's me right now.
Aw. This whole podcast is just a bunch of puns and awful jokes.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
All right, tell us what the DLC is.
So, along with that, the DLC is the second part of the DLC, the season pass they released earlier this year, which is just like, there's an extra dungeon, here's some story bits about the champions and stuff like that. So I bought it on that same day because it came out that same day.
It came out that day. Yeah, it was. They were like, "Hey, here's an announcement. Hey, it's out."
Yep.
This is my new favorite trend in game trailers by far.
I have no problem if it was just DLC, but anyway. So yeah, I bought it's like $20 for the two stuff.
Mm.
But I only messed around for a little bit. I didn't like get into the meat of it all. But I did see someone play a bit. So that stupid fork they showed in the beginning of the trailer, that's actually a weapon that kills enemies in one hit.
How much durability it got?
It doesn't say. So the catch to that weapon right now is the fact that when you get it the first time, you also will die in one hit.
Oh.
You must complete a bunch of trials with that weapon.
So that's hardcore mode.
Uh-huh. But, like again, everything dies in one hit, and also do you. And you can only swing it twice before it has to be charged.
Now, when you say everything...
So, I watched Mr. Vinny Vysauce hit a Guardian with it, and it died in one hit.
Yeah, but if I go walk up to Ganon...
I don't think it'll let you do it just yet. Again, I will let you know when either I do it, or he does it.
Okay.
But, yeah, along with the new dungeon, he had, like, I think it's like 12 new shrines. Each with their own bullshit. There's new gear. Right now, sure. I just found the like the knight's outfit. This is like weird fancy getup that apparently old hero knights used to wear.
Dope.
And you can wear that on the motorcycle, right?
Yes.
And you can ride around like a cyber knight.
So apparently the motorcycle has fuel that runs on food.
Okay, that's not too bad. There's plenty of
food.
Just shit, because it's a Sheikah, whatever.
Shit.
So you're feeding your motorcycle apples and it's making it go vroom vroom?
Yes. That's
a little weird.
Because apparently, I guess giving them like, oh, that's, like, if it's just a regular bike, you do whatever the fuck you want, it'd probably be too much. So they want you to at least be a little bit more resourceful with it. I don't know, man. I have to unlock it.
Okay, but like, Link's a cowboy on a steel horse he ride, so...
He's wanted, dead or alive.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
While he's cramming food into his motorcycle.
I need to play more of it, I'll let you know. Because right now, I just haven't done any of the DLC aside from the Xenoblade stuff they added like a couple weeks ago. And one of the quests for goodies.
So can I ask?
All right. Well, we'll check in with you on how the DLC.
No, wait.
is
I'm sorry.
later.
I have to ask a question about this DLC.
The
story stuff in it. Do you play as the Guardians in that stuff?
I guess you like learn more about what happened.
But you don't play as them. It's just cutscenes.
There are looking in the logs. There are 5 new cutscenes you have to unlock.
Okay, it's just cutscenes. You do not play as them.
I don't think so.
Okay, all right. I was just wondering.
There are like specific areas, like just where they're at.
Right.
Like, you have to like go to the specific spot over like a lava lake.
Cool.
But you can't. I'll tell you more when I get to it. I'm just like,
yeah.
I've only seen one person really play it, so I need more information.
I wasn't here for this next one, so somebody else has to do it.
All right. So, after this, Bethesda put out a short commercial, I guess, for a sale they're doing.
Is it a commercial?
Where they're celebrating.
Yeah.
It seemed like it because it ended with them saying that a bunch of their games are on sale.
They're celebrating 25 years of Skyrim already, folks. It's already been 25 full years.
You know, that's amazing because I feel like we just got to 25 years of Sonic.
I feel like we just got to 25 years of Skyrim.
Welcome to Skyrim on the Sega Genesis.
All right, so what Bethesda did was they put out this short, like, everybody loves single-player games. Or no, it was everybody loves multiplayer games, and then all the single-player game-loving gamers were crying, and Linda Carter, who played Wonder Woman in the 70s, was narrating it, and it was a little weird. That's a weird way to get your game across.
Multiplayer.
Now, this may have just
been... And then somebody handed a kid Fallout 4, and then he's got real happy and stopped crying.
Now, this may have just been me. I don't know. Maybe it was like interference or something, but I could have sworn, like, during that video, like, there were just flashes I'd see of Todd Howard's face, and he was screaming at me to buy Skyrim. And I just really want to buy Skyrim for the Switch now. So can
Yeah, I don't
someone
know
give
what's
me
up
a
with
Switch
that.
so I can do that?
There was definitely some subliminal messaging, but yeah.
It was weird. I don't really understand why it was there.
Okay.
But it was funny.
Well,
Yeah, but it's whatever.
All right, one of the fight game nerds should take the
yeah.
next one.
Let me do
That-
it.
That'd be you.
Hey, the soul still
Hey.
burns. This was leaked a couple, maybe like a month ago or more.
Yeah. I feel like
Soul Calibur 6 is coming, motherfuckers. And if you don't know what that is, just fucking die. Sorry.
Soul
but-
Calibur is the only good fighting game because
Soul-
I can make dumb characters in it.
Soul Calibur is Tekken, but with weapons.
Mm,
So,
Pretty much.
yeah, Soul Calibur 6 is coming. And they showed a trailer. It had Mitsurugi, ya boy, and Sophidia in it. No Nightmare anywhere to be seen, which is interesting.
so far.
Right, and I will say that the designs of Mitsurugi and Sophidia are both looking to be younger versions of themselves, meaning Mitsurugi no beard, Sophidia in her more original outfit. So, I don't know, this might be like a prequel thing. They also said the history, the story untold. So this might be like sort of a
It could
prequel
be also like a
to
like a
Soul
soft
Calibur.
reboot as well.
It could be like a reboot, but I don't think it is. I think this is like a
Like I'm not saying
prequel-
hard reboot. I'm saying like a soft reboot.
maybe, but what I think this is I think it's a prequel to Soul Calibur, and if anything, it's like a soft reboot of Soul Edge. I would say sort of a thing, because Soul Edge, if you haven't played
So-
it,
I guess like for comparison, like Alpha was to like Street Fighter 1.
except Alpha is part of the timeline, but yes, and also Street Fighter 1 still takes place before Alpha. That don't get
Oh.
into the Street Fighter timeline; it's garbage. And
Okay.
yeah,
Anyway,
it's
go
not
on,
like
go
that.
on.
But like, if I can't
You just
play,
go on the street and you
if I
fight.
can't play as Nightmare, that's all I played when I played the
Well,
fourth one. So like,
So funny story. Now, I don't know that I've ever actually played Soul Edge. Let me just double check something really quickly, because I actually don't remember.
Okay.
I mean, I played
So
Nightmare
while
and
you're-
Siegfried because I want big sword time. You know.
So okay, wait. So in Soul Edge, the game,
Yeah.
I didn't know that was
Uh,
even a game.
it is a game. It was the game that came before. Okay, so in US, I think it was called Soul Blade. So that might be why that's a confusing thing. And it came before Soul Calibur, which is the one that everybody remembers, the first one. In that game, you had Siegfried, and you had Cervantes. But if I remember correctly, Cervantes, Pirate Boy, he was the sort of like ultimate guy who wielded Soul Edge the weapon, not Soul Edge the game, in that thing. So he was like the sort of final boss type dude, and Nightmare was not in that game.
Is he the zombie pirate man that
Yes.
was in the fourth
And in
one?
fact,
Yes.
if I remember correctly, he was in that game. He was not dead yet, and then he died in that game, and then in Soul Calibur, he's the undead pirate guy. So
I think that's
I
correct.
think that's all correct. So, point is, Nightmare was not in that game, but Siegfried was. And if you don't know the difference, Siegfried and Nightmare, they're like the same character. They play very similarly. They're not exactly the same, but they play very similarly.
Mhm.
So, having seen what we've seen, the fact that Nightmare wasn't in that trailer at all, they focused on other people. It comes across to me like there is a chance that maybe this might be a Nightmare-less Soul Calibur game.
Or he
But-
would be like an unlockable character that's not really
Sure.
connected to the story.
Sure. But at the same time, he's also one of their most popular characters in the franchise since he came out. So I don't know. That's also entirely
Yeah, I
possible
feel
or
like
not.
them not having him in there at all would be dumb.
Right, but the fact they didn't even tease him, the fact that there wasn't even like a quick peek of the Soul Edge like Nightmare sword that we saw, and it was just like, okay, here's Mitsurugi fighting Sophidia, makes me kind of wonder. But it definitely looked like prequel stuff because they looked younger, and it looked really good. I mean, like graphically, it looked really good. It was super pretty. Was running at 60. They showed gameplay and not just cutscene, and the gameplay looked good. So there was a little more at PSX, which we can talk about later, but it was just like B-roll stuff. It wasn't really that much more. So,
So I have a Soul Calibur story for you.
Mm.
So in 2012, you know how I was living in California at the time with some roommates.
Working at the fuckboy.
There was a Carl's Jr. about 2 blocks away from my apartment that we went to all the time.
Okay.
So
tie-in?
there was, you'll find out. Just stick with me, buddy. So they had this Facebook app where you could spin a wheel and win prizes, and we were like, "Yeah, let's get free hamburgers, whatever."
Free Soul Caliburs.
One of my roommates won Soul Calibur 5 a couple of weeks after it came out from that thing.
And then was like, no, I want a hamburger. Fuck off. I want food.
And he was like,
so
no.
here's the problem. At the time, we did not have a PS3, and our Xbox 360 had Red Ring, so we ended up just selling it on eBay.
Nice.
So we literally couldn't play it.
Amazing. That was the Soul Calibur that temporarily killed the franchise, so good choice on your part.
Yup. So yeah, that's my story.
Just a reminder, in case anyone forgot, Soul Calibur 5 has Ezio in it from Assassin's Creed.
Hey, vaginas.
So is Soul Calibur 5 good or what?
Most people who played it don't hate it. Actually,
It's just kind of the one that just kind of
casuals didn't like it because, well, a lot of casuals didn't like it, and also even a lot of real players of that game didn't like it because it didn't have a lot of returning characters. They replaced characters.
Oh, so it's a Street Fighter 3, but
Exactly. It was Street Fighter 3 syndrome where, like, instead of Sophidia or Cassandra, I think is her name, you had Pyros or whatever the fuck his name was, who was just like boy Cassandra or boy Sophidia, and you had like that dumb guy with the white and black hair, and you had the Taki replacement and all.
So you didn't have like characters like the Grim Reaper Man or
Salamel.
Darth
No, you
Vader.
didn't. But Mitsurugi was in that game, so I didn't care. But yeah.
Is Mitsurugi Flagman?
Mitsurugi is the guy who's just literally a samurai, and that's it.
Swordman.
Yeah, is there another guy in 4 that he's a samurai, but he's got a flag on him? I think he's like a tie-in, maybe? I don't know who he is. That's just the problem.
Mitsurugi has been in, I think, every single Soul Calibur game, including Soul Edge. So I don't know what to tell you. He has he knots his hair back in a ponytail type thing. Anyway, we're getting too into it.
Soul Calibur 6, it's a thing.
Soul Calibur 6, it's happening.
It's happening.
2018.
It's all happening.
2018.
So
It's coming.
This is Ron Paul 08. It's happening.
Oh god, so this is let's make it put it. Shout out to EA for putting the Star Wars Battlefront 2 trailer in the actual event.
Yeah, like, maybe people forgot about that thing last week.
So, the one thing I did catch about that entire trailer is that they mentioned like Season 1 is free.
Of the DLC, who fucking cares?
Hey guys, listen. We really need you to buy the game. No, but really, we need you to buy the game.
They fucked up too hard. I think the damage is done, and I don't think there's any way they can save this.
Just because
hey,
the Season 1 DLC is free, you still have to unlock the characters with 8,000 hours of playing or money, so...
they did...
doesn't change that.
They did very recently redo the level up system completely, and basically all but admit that, yes, they were making it harder so you'd spend money.
Yeah.
Wait, again, or the one we talked about last time?
No,
they did it like they actually redid the leveling up system and made everything cost less.
I don't want to. I'm gonna. Last time they did that too, but it wasn't very much. So I will.
I know. I was saying like they do it again after that incident because
they made it cost less, but they also made you gain currency slower last time.
No, like I think they actually redid everything. Like they fixed it. They
definitely didn't fix it because people are still mad. But okay, we'll see.
Okay, so next one.
Next one is, hey, do you guys like Conan O'Brien? Me the fuck
no.
either. But
did you know that Conan O'Brien is a gamer?
Actually,
he's a gamer.
I do.
So
I do like Conan O'Brien.
What's it like
fuck
to
you.
be wrong, Miko?
What's it like to be gamers?
Yeah. Hi, fellow gamers. Do you like gamers? Do you like the idea of a guy who's never played a game before playing a game? Well, here's the problem. At this point, he's played so many games, that doesn't make sense anymore. But fuck it.
Well, he's a gamer.
Did you know that Conan O'Brien is the most popular LPer on YouTube?
Yeah, as long as it's not PewDiePie, I don't care.
See, he threw games at us. The man.
Speaking of another disappointment, Bayonetta 3 is coming out on the Switch.
Is that
only.
really a disappointment? Oh,
So
no,
I
it's
don't
for
care.
you.
There's some cynicism in this podcast.
Again, if you want to give me that Switch you got, my dude, then I'll be happy about Bayonetta 3.
So this was the dopest announcement ever because they're like, hey, they start with Bayonetta 2, and they're like, yo, Bayonetta 2, coming to Switch.
Yo, Bayonetta 2, coming to
And
Switch.
you're like-
We're doing the same thing with Wii U where you get the first game for free.
Yeah, and you're like, oh man, awesome, I can't wait to play that.
I can
Wow.
actually play Bayonetta 2 on the system I want.
Yeah, and then they're like, hey,
We're not
you
done.
like the color purple? You like the number 3? Then you'll love Bayonetta 3. You like moons? You like legs? You like leggy broads? Then you'll love Bayonetta 3.
You like Joe Pesci?
I don't know if he's in it yet, so don't.
You know what
Suck it out
I
of
would
ourselves.
like a lot more? If Nintendo realized they could put games on the PC and they don't lose money for it.
It's not about Nintendo. It's about
Nintendo
Kamiya.
doesn't make this game.
They're funding it, but
They're giving
Why do you
Kamiya
think
the money
it's not
to
on
make it.
PC? It's not because Kamiya stopped fucking putting it on the PC.
No, you
It's
know
'cause
why Nintendo does
want
it though, right? Because Nintendo's not getting money from Platinum selling this game. They're getting money from people buying the console to play Platinum
Yes.
games.
I know.
So they don't give a shit about putting it on PC. They want you to
But
buy
then
a
there's
Switch
people like
to
me.
play Bayonetta.
But there's people like me who I'm not gonna buy a fucking Switch just to play
That's
that
what
game.
you think.
I mean,
Well, that's why they want your money.
But there's a bunch of other good
So-
games on the Switch like Mario and Zelda.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna buy a console just to play them.
And speaking of
Because
Zelda,
I can't afford to do that, funnily enough.
before we get
well-
into the by far the funniest thing about this entire show, I will just say, what won Game of the Year?
it's our boy, Zelda.
It's your boy. A bunch of people, they played all the songs from different games. They ended on the Mario song. The entire first 3 rows of the place were wearing Mario hats for the Mario song. And then they said, Game of the Year is Zelda. And it was absolutely
The
perfect.
biggest. Oh man.
Yeah, I had to dip before that happened. That's pretty.
There were a
good.
bunch of
yeah,
people
yeah.
in Mario hats clapping that Zelda
Like-
was Game of the Year. And it was
So
fucking
like apparently
excellent.
Pugga has music.
Oh, yeah, not really. But yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, but like hearing like an orchestral version of whatever Persona 5 songs were was kind of neat.
Yeah, that was cool.
Well, yeah, Players Unknown Battlegrounds has probably a song at the main menu, and that's what
Has
they
menu
played,
music, yeah.
probably.
Yes, menu song number 1, classic.
Mm.
So
So
just
yeah,
like
stole from the Mario. Zelda
was fucking-
snatched that shit up, and
it's
hey,
weird
you know
because
what?
like they
It's alright.
aside from the hat, they actually got what's her name, Kate Higgins, the actual singer.
I don't remember what her name is, but yes, they got her. They got Pauline.
It's basically Pauline, also Tails. But yeah,
Awesome.
Wait, Tails is the fox.
You didn't-
with
yeah,
the-
you didn't know that
with the
Tails was
and
Pauline?
he spins
Wait,
around?
current Tails
What?
or old Tails?
What?
Yeah.
Because they
like
changed.
the last Tails, not the
Yeah.
new one.
Tails, Tails Miles per Hour is
What,
Mario's
the-
ex.
the
You didn't
four
know that?
kids?
Also,
What?
apparently Sakura.
4 Kids Tails, or...
That's canon.
No, afterwards the other one.
Okay.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, have you ever wondered why Tails sounds less like a little boy and more like a 30-year-old woman with every new game? It's because that's literally
because
what's
Mario-
happening.
Well, I figured it's because every time that they cast somebody to play a little boy in voice acting, it's always a woman.
No,
Oh,
it's
you
because
see,
Mario
no.
fucked Tails.
No, they got yeah.
Oh.
So Pauline
Oh,
was
no.
busy, and they got her to do a voice.
Dude, Tails is like 14. You can't do that.
No, Tails is like 8 years old, isn't he?
Mario's only 24.
He's 26.
Mario is a 54-year-old Italian
Mario-
man.
Mario is the Kevin Spacey of video games protagonists.
Oh my god.
We're way done with this.
we're this conversation is over.
All right, let's finish this off with the.
Speaking of train wrecks, like
this
that
is-
conversation
Yeah,
that just
true.
happened. This man is the greatest man that was ever.
No,
in video
we
games.
need a name.
Yeah, what is his name? Please.
So
I'll hit you up. Hold on.
Something with a J, I forget.
Joseph
Oh, man. What is it?
Fares.
Yes.
Joseph. Hi, Joseph, if you're listening. I hope you are, because I love you, Joseph.
So before we go into this part, I want to mention that he's also like this during the EA E3 conference as well.
I didn't see that, but I believe you.
I watched a
What
little.
was he?
I watched a little bit of it. He was like not like out like crazy, but he had like similar enthusiasm. So God bless him.
Also, he had the fastest turnaround ever on shitting on EA because
Yeah, for
he
real,
shit on
dude.
EA. It was like he was shitting on EA. He was like, "You fucking loot boxes and you're fuck." And then he,
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about all this EA bullshit loot box shit.
Yeah.
And then he's like, EA's been very good to me.
and then he remembered who published his game, and he was like, "Oh, by the way, they're really great." And then he was like not drunk because he wasn't slurring. He was just coked up as hell. No, I'm sorry. He was jet lagged, quote unquote.
Yeah, I think he doesn't know what the definition of jet lagged is, because that's the opposite of what that does.
Yeah, when I'm jet lagged, I want to go to sleep. That's what I
When
want
he's
to do.
jet lagged, he wants to say "fuck the Oscars" like 8 times.
And just go on a
On a
rant
live stream.
and fucking drag out his segment about 4 times longer than it was supposed to go.
Yeah, so Jeff Keighley kept pulling him on the arm and eventually found a way out, and then
And then we
the
saw
trail.
the game, and I was like, cool. And that's all I have to say about that game, really.
And the game's
I want
trailer.
to play that game so badly. It looks so good.
To me, the game's trailer had 1,000 times less impact than that interview.
That
Yeah.
trailer made it kind of look like it's gonna feel like Mafia 2, which was a disappointing game, and I just don't.
That's the game that's basically just Prison Break, right?
Yeah.
It's basically Prison Break.
Cinematic Prison Break.
Also, of course, after this, the Wikipedia page for A Way Out
Oh
has been
my
edited
God.
so many fucking times.
So
with
people
the
who don't know what
Tommy
this guy looks
Wiseau
like,
shit.
we'll probably mention this. So if you don't know what this guy looks like, he looks like Tommy Wiseau.
Little-
Not really.
He looks like
but
a
sure.
skinnier Tommy Wiseau, but yeah.
It's mainly just the hair.
I don't
It's,
think he looks like Tommy
it's,
Wiseau
it's
at
the
all,
hair.
but-
It's the hair that gets people.
It's
yeah,
the hair
His
in the nose.
hair is similar, and he's kind of got an accent.
Right.
So basically, that for about a couple hours, the wiki page for A Way Out pretty much got bamboozled by the room quotes and shit like that. To where there was an entire page that was just the room script. I'm not sure if it's the whole
Yeah,
script.
that was my favorite one, where it was the same exact Wikipedia page with everything, except they changed the plot of the game to just the
script of
screenplay
The Room,
of
yeah.
The Room.
And everything for development publisher was just Tommy Wiseau. Okay, that's his last name. God help me.
Wiseau.
that was something.
Don't worry
That was-
if you can't pronounce his name, because Tommy Wiseau can't fucking pronounce anything right anyway, so it doesn't
So, yeah,
matter.
That's fine.
That was quite... We gotta
that
move on,
was
I'm
quite-
sorry. That was quite an
I know.
event, but
Mhm.
let's talk about the other event, which was extremely disappointing in comparison.
All right, let's move on to our second news
I
article
only
of
saw
the
like
evening.
the end of this, so
we'll make this quick because most of these were just like
Yeah, we're gonna blow through these because a lot of
A lot
these are
of,
short.
there's a lot of repeats from the Game Awards, so
Mhm. So, basically the first one, I was kind of haphazardly watching this with someone because
with us, we were there.
kinda we're not in a group call, but we're just in a chat.
I missed the first 3/4 of this, so...
So the
Yeah,
first
yeah.
thing I saw was Last Guardian VR, which I'm not really sure what they're gonna do because I don't know shit about.
That seems like a bad
isn't
idea.
Last
I
Guardian-
don't know. With the way that game works,
isn't Last Guardian
I don't know.
the game that did that come out yet?
Yes.
Yes.
It did, right?
that's out.
Came
And
out
then
last year.
people were disappointed with it,
They were like,
Kinda.
this is okay.
and
that was it.
Now they're making a VR version.
Yep.
I don't understand how that game's gonna work.
I
in
don't think
VR.
it's a straight
Not even-
conversion.
not
I
even
think
a
it might be
little.
a little side thing because I know we'll see.
It's going to be a thing where you order the dog bat, whatever the fuck it is, around and with your motion, your move
Dog
controllers,
pet.
and that's
Well,
it.
how else do you describe it?
I mean, not
He has
bat.
a name.
It's definitely not a bat. So
I didn't
know
play
where
it,
you
so I
got
don't know
that
what the
from.
name is. So
Yes, Sam.
Player unknown.
Well,
Player-
obviously. I mean, I was
Dr.
going to say his
Disrespect.
name is The Last Guardian, obviously.
Okay, so anyway, let's move on. The next one was Wipeout VR, which would be a free update to the current release Wipeout game.
Yeah,
So-
I love the hit American TV show Wipeout, where they do the obstacle course and everything.
yeah, I
No.
love American Gladiators.
So
Now, imagine... Hold on. Now, let's think about this for a minute, because I think we have a moneymaker on our hands now. Wipe out the TV show, but VR.
Well,
American
I hate
Gladiator
to break
is
this
the
to you,
TV
but
show
Wipe
without
Out the
VR.
TV show exists already, and it's not
Yeah, but
like that.
not in VR, it
Yeah,
doesn't.
but they definitely own the copyright on that goddamn name for a TV show.
I'm trying.
buy it from
Look,
them.
we'll make a licensing deal. I don't fucking
Yeah.
care. Licensed games are generally cheaper than come up with a whole new.
All right, can I
IP.
shatter your dreams now? They
What?
had a Connect game that was Wipe Out the
Fuck.
show, the Connect game, and it was trash. So suffer.
I think
Well,
I remember that.
wait.
I don't-
Connect
There's a Giant
one
Bomb video.
or
You can
two?
find it if you want.
probably.
No.
I'll look it up later.
Wait,
Yeah.
Connect 1 or 2?
It doesn't matter.
I don't
Next.
know why I'm showing my fingers, like counting 1 or 2,
Next.
like you could see.
1 or 2?
Next.
All right. So they showed off some
Hey.
more God of War.
Okay.
You know,
Is it
and
still called that?
yeah.
why would it be called
Yeah.
anything else?
Because it's not fucking... The whole point it was called God of War is because he becomes the Greek God of War. That was...
No, now he is the
And
God
now
of War.
He is the God of War, and that name still applies. I don't know what to tell you.
God of War kids with a Z.
Really? Because I don't know if you played the third one, but there's a bit of...
I've never played a
it's
God
a bit
of War.
of a spoiler.
so-
I've
He's
only played the
dead,
first one.
So, like...
No, I guess he's not because he has a kid now.
Yeah, he gets
No, this
it
is
on,
like a
you know what
reboot
I'm
where they're
saying?
doing, like, North stuff. But,
Norrish.
North.
Norse. Norwegian.
Norse, yeah, it's Norse.
Horse.
mythology.
Horse.
They're doing
Horse stuff.
Norwegian stuff.
Horse
yep.
ebooks. God of War.
But,
so-
yeah.
So there was an
that name
interview-
doesn't make sense in this context.
Mm.
So fuck you. I win. And
God of War.
Kratos
Look,
has
man,
a
we
beard
have
now.
we have branding, and Kratos is the man with a weird scar on his face.
Actually, he
Did
had a
anything
beard
happen
before,
in this
didn't he?
trailer that I should care about?
I have no idea. I just kind of blanked out on it.
Next.
Hold on,
Yes,
there's,
son.
there's one thing I will say. Apparently, there's an interview where like the game would be about 25 or 30 hours.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Whether that's bullshit or not, we will find out when it comes out.
Cool.
20 to 30 hours of God of War sounds like too much God of War for me. But
It sounds like it's not going to be a God of War game anymore.
Hey, did you know
in
God
some
of
way,
War
but
is
yeah.
like a mediocre spectacle fighter?
Well,
pretty much?
that might be changing with the way that game looks, but yeah.
Okay, so Dreams. They actually shut off Dreams. It still exists.
What's Dreams?
So Dream is a game where you, with your PS Move, you get to make stuff in VR.
Dreams is Little Big
Oh.
Planet.
Oh, it's like that Conquer game that Microsoft did, right?
What?
No.
Project Sparked, but that game is
Yeah.
dead.
Dreams is Little Big Planet's
wonder
idea
why.
of creating stuff and then other people play it expanded.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And unsurprisingly, it's by the people who made Little Big Planet, Media Molecule.
Yeah.
Yep.
So this game has been in development for how long?
I want to say that this was shown off for the first time 2 E3s ago, but it might have been
Yes,
more
that's
or
correct.
less than
And
that.
then we didn't see anything about it at this past E3, I
Right.
believe.
Yeah. The other game just kind of come and go. It's like
So, like, I feel like companies, now that the average dev cycle is so long, they're revealing their games too early, and then I have to wait 3 fucking years to play them. Please
I don't think
That's
it's that
just-
they're
that's-
revealing their games too early. I think it's that publishers and also more importantly the console makers are going, "Hey, it's E3. We need game reveals. Give us
I
your
feel like
game
that's
reveals."
more of a Sony thing, really, because they always send it to.
It's both of them.
Yeah, I guess.
It's both of them. First of all, what's that game that didn't even get made for fucking Xbox One?
Scalebound.
That got revealed too fucking early, don't you think? Since it
Yeah,
didn't even get made.
It was made. They just canned it.
No, if it was far enough along, they wouldn't have canned it. My point is
No,
that
Microsoft has canned shit because they just want to.
okay, well, Microsoft is a piece of garbage company. I agree, but my point is,
Yeah.
they both do it. They basically just fish for reveals way too early because they want something
They
to
want
be like
the hype.
our
They
press
want,
con
like-
right.
They
Press
want
conference
who won
hype.
E3 because like fucking websites are all about who won E3, who
Exactly.
won E3.
So
Speaking
Me,
of...
because I watched the Giant Bomb stream instead of the regular
it's
one.
not dev's fault, is my point.
It's just yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
The
Speaking
companies
of
come to
trying
them
to
and go,
get
"We need your
something-
games."
God damn it, you son of a bitch. Speaking of trying to get something interesting out of nothing, there you
Oh
go.
boy.
David Cage.
Are
Fuck
we
you.
really trying to do that? Okay, so they showed off Detroit, where it's the same interrogation
Nico,
scene
what's
they've been
Detroit?
showing for years.
Just
Detroit is the
Detroit
hot
is
new video
the
game
capital
from
of
everybody's favorite.
Chicago, Illinois.
Why
I
stop
love
talking,
when everyone
please?
talks.
Detroit is the video game from hit video game fan David Cage, where you are a robot, but like also, what if the robots have feelings?
So
I love
Yeah,
Deus Ex
question
Human
mark.
Revolution.
So I want to speak about this segment in particular because out of everything, this is the one that had the most time on the entire show.
It's true,
He was
it was
trying to do
long.
like crowd participation with this. Like, woof. So like this is the same thing they've been showing off for a couple of months now. Back at last E3, the guy with the gun next to the girl's head by the pool.
And
So
what
he was-
happened at the end?
So the crowd wanted the fucker die. He wanted him dead. I don't know how else to
Yeah.
put it. But the crowd was like, "We want shoot the fucker," and
The crowd chanting
so here's the
execute.
timeline of events.
Go
Is the guy is on stage, he's playing the game, and he's asking, "What should I do?" every time he has a choice to make, and the audience is shouting it out. So he gets to like 99% success rate, and then the option to pull out his gun shows up, and the audience is like, "Shoot that fucker! Shoot him right now!"
Kill him.
so
So 99% chance of a peaceful resolution, and the audience wanted him to shoot a man. Think about that for a minute.
David Cage, emotional impact.
Maybe that's why you don't
Alright,
give that
so-
option at 99%. Anyway.
So I have a lot of screenshots here from E3. If you would like, I could read some of them to you.
Mm-hmm.
This one is from @KeithJ. I like that David Cage is committed to being the guy that tries to make games feel like movies, but doesn't know movies and has never played a game.
Oh, that's
Okay, I have more here.
Keith Carberry,
Scroll the other way.
good guy.
Okay, @ETPC1 says, I wish David Cage would stop forever. Justin McElroy I have 3 tweets in this screenshot. Says, Android graffiti, y'all. Heavy Rain was a bad game and this cycle must stop somewhere. Let's stop it at Android graffiti. And I think David Cage games would be better if he wrote them in French and let someone subtitle them who doesn't despise English. @Rushu says, sorry, Cyber Detroit.
so.
@Cardcaptor Karen says, David Cage's robot game that is absolutely not about racism at all.
So the point is, Miko saw all these tweets and then thought, damn, I can't wait to LP this game.
Yes, because also in this folder it says @Mikolith, Twitter, thank you for shit talking Detroit Become Human so hard that you have preemptively written my OP for the LP thread. By the way, coming out in March, dragging you fuckers along with me. Buckle up, bitches.
Look, I'd rather go in blind than having to watch Heavy Rain again. So let's
Hey,
do it.
you guys like
let's
you
do
guys
it.
like donuts?
I do love
Hey,
donuts.
what's
You like
up?
counties?
Not
Do
really.
you like Katamari?
I like it. I bought the
All right,
first
I guess
one.
we won't talk about it then, because that's 2 out of 3 you
There's
don't
some,
like.
there's some bad Katamari games and some good ones.
So, yeah, Donut County. It's just like you're a pothole. You suck in things.
You suck them up. This is a game about vor, really.
Oh no, not again.
Little did
we
you
already hit our
realize.
quota earlier. We don't have to do it again.
We don't have to talk about vor. We just don't have to.
Okay. So yeah, it's a weird little indie game with some really awkward jokes in the beginning. But the game looks neat. I wouldn't mind trying it.
I have seen.
Yeah, the comedy bit of that trailer was kind of bad.
I didn't see any of the. I didn't see this new trailer, but I've seen this game popping up here and there on Twitter, for months actually. So I'm
Huh.
glad to hear it's actually coming out. Do we have a release date for that? I actually wasn't.
I don't
aware
think-
of.
I don't know that we
I
got
think
a
it said
date.
2018. That's all
Okay.
it said.
That's fine.
Mhm.
So yeah, there's this game about dolphins.
Yeah, I love
Jupiter and
dolphins.
Mars. I just want to say Echo because it's the only game I know with a dolphin.
Sure, understandable.
So I have here in my notes I was taking for the podcast as it was happening. It's kind of like, it looks like Rez, but also kind of like Echo the Dolphin.
yeah, that's a good point. It's just like we're like highlighted.
Because it's very laser light show, and there was like a lot of like techno music going on.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah.
Do you
we'll
shoot things as a dolphin with your
It
dolphin
didn't
gun?
really show off or anything like that.
Oh,
Well, that doesn't mean it's not there.
I just
though.
meant when I was thinking res.
We'll just have to wait and see.
So they show off Blaze Blue cross tag battle, but it was the same trailer we just saw before.
Okay.
Even
Nothing
including
new
the
at all.
including the awkward like Ruby reveal.
Wow, cool. I love Ruby.
Yeah, Ruby. Best anime.
Mm.
And he also showed us Soul Calibur 6, same trailer as the VGA.
I heard there was a little extra B-roll of them fighting, but yeah, it's basically the same thing.
I was like, again, happy paying attention. And then they showed off Monhon World.
And what they showed off was a bunch of cutscene, which is, I will openly say, as someone who's played a shitload of Monster Hunter, kind of weird for that series, the idea of like a bunch of cutscene to it. Because that's the story in that series is usually delivered, I would say 99% through text boxes to you.
So tasty.
Yeah, so tasty. So there's, this idea of like there being a bunch of cutscenes and story stuff is weird, not unwelcome, but just weird. So that was interesting. I think we've seen some of that before. I can't remember how much of that has been seen before, but some of it. And then
they did a big reveal of the fact that there's a Mega Man outfit in that game.
Yeah, they basically Capcom was like, "Hey, remember when we? Oh, hey, we should probably talk about this because I don't remember if we talked about this last time."
Mega Man 11.
Mega Man 11 is a thing that's going to happen.
Yeah,
apparently,
because that came out on Monday,
and it looks at least slightly better than Mighty Number 9.
I mean, it's a Mega Man game, straightforward,
and it's 3D. It's not like a Mega Man 9 or Mega Man 10 style NES sort of looking thing.
I'm kind of happy about that because I'm like,
yeah, sure. I think most people are.
Yeah.
Not that there's anything wrong with those games. I mean, in fact, they were both received really well, from what I remember.
I think 10 was received kind of eh. But
yeah, I think Mega Man 10
was 9 the one with Splash Woman?
Yes.
Okay, then that was the one I know people received really well.
Yeah. 10 was the one where like it's okay, but it could be better.
But 10 was the one where you could play as Proto Man, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. So some people like that game. Anyway, point is,
yeah, go on.
This is different and it looks pretty good. I'm reserving my judgment because Capcom has literally done everything in their power to fuck me in the ass in the last couple of years.
I feel like Mega Man. I think they could. What the hell? Oh, I got a message. Mega Man. I think it looks fine. They were talking about like the dev team. Like they figured out they wanted. Did anyone want to? They didn't want to touch Mega Man because of like Infune's weird bullshit.
Right.
So that's why we're getting one now after all these years.
Right.
Where's Mega Man Legend 3?
Yeah, Sam, I will never let that. No, I need that.
No, it died. It died 5 years before Inafune left.
True,
Capcom.
and I still need it. Bring it back.
And my understanding is that game is pretty much fucking finished.
I will never let it go. But they were like, "Hey, we haven't advertised Mega Man enough this week by announcing a new Mega Man game for the first time in like a decade. So let's announce a Mega Man outfit for your."
The hunter or the cat?
No, it's for the cat. I can't remember what they're called. Calico or
Nico's?
Palico.
I think it's Palico. Yeah, Palico in Monster Hunter, which are the cats that come with you on missions. And hey, it makes it look like an NES Mega Man in the game. Like we're not talking like it's a Mega Man hat and a Buster and stuff. It's like it makes the whole thing look like an NES Mega Man.
It's like a 3D render of NES Mega Man.
Which is really funny.
No, it's like a Minecraft Mega Man, which is a little terrifying.
Yeah, it looks like a Dragon Quest Builders Mega Man. And it's really, really funny because, like, it still has all the animations and everything, so you're feeding Mega Man sausages and shit, and Mega Man's just like, oh, a sausage! Depending on what weapon you're using, your hunter is using, it plays different Mega Man tunes when you're fighting. So that's cool too. But
speaking of Mega Man shit, they've also announced Mega Man Legacy Collection 1 and 2 for the Switch. As well as the Mega Man X Legacy Collection, which will have all 8 Mega Man X games.
AKA the one that I actually would give a shit about, because, X games
same here. Yeah. So, because I actually want to play Mega Man. I want to play X8. I never did. Now I have a chance to.
Is X8 the one with the soccer ball? I think it is.
That's a Mega Man 8.
Oh, yeah, you're actually right. Holy shit.
That X8 was the one that has Axel, but like,
Oh, right, Axel. Yeah. Okay.
Axel?
Yeah, I know about your boy Axel.
Anyway.
Oh, we're gonna know about Axel.
Death Stranding again.
Right after the podcast, we'll know all about Axel and his stupid Kingdom Hearts bullshit.
Anyway,
Death Stranding again.
It's the same exact trailer. Mm-hmm. And then
so they aired it again. They had another interview with Kojima at the end.
Yeah, a little robot on his back.
Yeah,
and
he had the little like the little arm with the flashlight in the middle that like flashes at the invisible dudes.
What's the guy's name who wears the t-shirt every time?
Kearney?
Mads Mikkelsen.
No, to the PlayStation experience. I can never remember his fucking name.
The Knack guy?
No, the guy who wears the t-shirt and then it's a spoiler for a new game that's coming out.
Oh, I don't fucking know.
Anyway, it's not Adam Boys. It's a PlayStation guy. Every time there's a PlayStation thing, he wears a t-shirt and it's like Crash Bandicoot, and then Crash Bandicoot comes out, or it's like Ratchet and Clank, and then Ratchet and Clank comes out.
Didn't he also do one for Vib Ribbon?
Vib Ribbon, and then Vib Ribbon comes out. So he's like,
trend.
he goes, "Hey, I'm wearing a t-shirt." What, in a sweatshirt? I wonder what could happen. And then he goes, "No, but actually, we're just also gonna just tell you that it's coming out now on the t-shirt." And yeah,
and that game is
Medieval remastered for PS4.
Who the fuck was clamoring for that one?
They're running out of franchises to bring back from the dead, Miko.
Yeah.
Then make a new one. I don't know.
It's a good idea. They tried. It failed.
So yeah, Medieval. I think people are noticing that it's actually from the PSP version. They
oh yeah, well now it's going to be 4K. Idiot.
Like apparently the PSP version was missing some stuff. So
okay,
let's see if they put it back in.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that's the thing. Our Skeleton Man comes back to life.
I don't know because I don't care about that franchise and haven't played that game. So
yeah, I had a 64, so it means nothing to
I
me.
had a PlayStation and I still didn't play that game. So bodied.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of getting bodied.
So, I forgot to mention this. They are doing a beta for PS Plus users for Monster Hunter World right now. I think
right, that's happening.
That's happening right now. So, but I think by the time this podcast goes up, it'll probably already be over. So.
No, I thought it was more than... Oh, I guess.
I think it's to the 12th?
Yeah, it's... Meaning you can keep doing it, like...
I mean, so like...
Oh, by the time people listen to this, yeah.
Yes, because it's a time beta.
You should check that out for me, Game Bun.
And you have 2 episodes to edit before you start editing this
God
one.
help me. Game Bun, you should... I've already edited most of them, but... Game Bun, you should check that out and let me know
put them
next
out.
week.
I mean, I don't play Monster Hunter, so... But
I don't care.
If I have time, I will at least download and play it for you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Do that.
Dryzen wanted to play it, and we're doing account sharing, and he was like, "Hey, you have PS Plus, right?" I'm like, "Fucking no, I don't. What are you talking about?"
I mean, if you put me on your account, I can just download your PS4.
Okay, Zomtosis.
Yeah. So Patreon's a thing, that does
sure
stuff.
is,
and they did a thing that a lot of people are mad at.
And what's that?
Good question.
You can.
I'm sure somebody cared enough to actually read into this. I'm not one of those people.
All right,
all I know is I'm pretty sure they took like the transaction fees and put it on the patrons.
Yeah, so that's basically correct.
So basically,
they cranked up their transaction fees in such a way where now it costs you more money to make 5 $1 pledges than it does to make a single $5 pledge, which is a little ridiculous.
So what happened is they used to charge a flat percentage. So when you're... Okay, allow me to explain this better. When you get charged by Patreon, when you, the end user, gets charged by Patreon, you only get charged once a month for your transaction, right? And it adds all your transactions up together. Meaning... If you spend, let's say, $50 in a month on Patreon, but they're all $1 pledges to 50 different people, at the end of the month, you have one credit card charge for $50, right? And it done. And that's how it works. And Patreon takes a cut of that, essentially. The way that it used to work, and the way that it used to sort of divvy out, is that Patreon would take a certain percentage of the money that would be going to the creator, meaning that the creator would basically get, if I remember correctly, it's something like the creator would basically get 85%-ish of what their pledges were worth. So if they got $100 in pledges, they would ultimately be getting about $85 worth of that. And Patreon would be getting the other money. So, like a fee, right? For a transaction fee, basically. Now, Patreon was like, hey, fuck you. we're doing a new system that's so much. Their argument is that it's so much better for the creators, and that's why we're doing it this way. Because this way the creators will get so much more money. And so their new system is that they charge 2.9%, so about 3%, plus 35 cents per transaction. Now, the reason that this matters is because every $1 pledge you make is now a transaction. So for every $1 you're putting in, Patreon is charging you an additional 35 cents instead of charging you at the end of your $50 of pledge, right? So basically, this ruins people who pledge small amounts to creators, right? Because 35 cents out of $1, that's a third of what you're paying to the creator, right?
Yeah, that's a hell of a lot.
Right, and that alone, that's not even including the extra percentage that they're charging you. That's just the transaction fee part. So, to summarize the sort of math of this, creators out of this will be getting less than 5%, a little bit less than 5% more money out of it. People who are paying are getting charged basically almost 10% more than what they're paying to give money to creators. And Patreon will be receiving about 118% more. Or this is just the math on one person's pledges. So we're going to link that. It's at Burrito Tim. He did the math on his own pledges, essentially what that would be like. And he mathed this all out. And yeah, the cost change percent is around 118% more for Patreon. So
that's fucked up.
So this completely fucks over all small creators. It fucks over all small pledge donors, etc. And then Patreon put out a statement that basically said, yeah, that's what we want. We only want people who really are going to make big changes. We want big creators. We don't want a bunch of small creators. That was basically their statement on this.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
So, to make it simple, in the old days, when you did a $1 donation, you would get charged $1, but now you get charged more than $1, right? I think that's how that works.
I think the percentage fee was always there, right. But the per transaction 35 cents is now new.
Right. There was never a per transaction charge.
That adds up a lot faster if you have a lot of smaller transactions.
Like the thing I read, they explained it like the credit card transaction is now like your problem instead of Patreon's problem.
Right, which is stupid because their credit card transaction they only have to do once a month as a bulk thing. So there's no reason that they needed to do this. They weren't getting charged some crazy transaction fee to
and
do this.
funnily enough, every Patreon, what the hell? What are the other people called? Do they have a...
Creators.
They don't have a wacky name. All right.
No.
So all those people that I've seen don't
Patron's
like it.
a real word. You know that, right?
I know. Patron is a real word, my dude.
Yeah, creators are mad.
Would have something else.
No, creators are mad.
Yes.
Yeah, and just
nobody likes it.
I've been seeing all day today, yesterday, I think maybe even the day before, people just posting screenshots of all these people just canceling their $1 pledges, and they're like, "Yeah, thanks Patreon, fuck you."
So yeah, let me just as a quick final little math primer on this. If someone were $10 charges, okay? So 10 people pledge $10 to a creator now. Okay? Back in the day, if 10 people charged $10 to creators, Patreon would be getting $5 out of that transaction. Okay? The creator would be getting $91. Patreon would be getting $5. Okay? And the fee, the quote unquote fee to someone who's paying, aside from tax, is basically like $3-ish, $3.70-ish. And the new cost is $3.90, which is much more than what it was before. The creator is only getting $95 instead of $91, and Patreon is getting $7 instead of $5. So that's if it's a $10 pledge, okay? But now let's talk about if it's a $1 pledge. So 10 $1 pledges. So this ultimately the creator is getting should without any constrictions would be getting $10, right? in this old scenario, the creator would be getting $8.85, okay? And Patreon would be getting 50 cents out of that transaction. And you, the end user, are basically paying an extra $2 or an extra 20 cents on top of what your pledge is. You're paying $1.20 instead of $1. Now, the creator is getting $9.50 instead of $8.85. So barely a change there. Like, what is it, 50 cents or something? 60 cents change. You are paying almost $16 instead of $12. And Patreon is getting $3.50 instead of 50 cents out of that whole deal. Because they used to charge 5 cents for a transaction, basically, and now they charge 35. I know this is all extremely complicated math shit and it sounds very stupid, but suffice to say, in that transaction, PayPal is getting 600% more than they were before. With
Basically,
no
Patreon
reason.
was not okay with getting some money, and now they want all of the money, pretty much.
Well, they only want that popular money. They don't like your money if it was bullied in high school, I guess.
They don't care about small creators because they don't make enough money on the transaction fees for that. So in order to either make money on those small transactions or weed out small creators, they have done this new system where it's like, hey,
I also saw someone or Patreon say like they're trying to encourage people to do more pledges, like more money in their pledges.
Right.
But
some people can't do that.
If you give $1, that's probably because that's the most you could afford.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
So like that's not gonna make you do a $10 pledge. It's
and
gonna
what
make
if you
you
like
just
to
not
support
do
a
it.
lot of different Patreons? All of a sudden, you're increasing that to $5. That adds up pretty.
Yeah, imagine you're
fast.
supporting 10 Patreons at $1, and now they want you to do it at $5. Like,
Yeah, it used to
that's
be
not...
feasible to just give like $1 or $2 to like a bunch of people, and now you can't really do that.
I mean, you can. You're just getting charged out of the asshole for it, so you're losing a ton of money.
You can't really do that realistically.
You can't
anymore.
if you can. Yeah, you can't afford it realistically anymore. So yeah, and once again, it's a case of we want to make more money on without considering people who are getting their bills paid by this shit. So yeah, fuck Patreon. Everyone's super mad about it. A lot of people are dumping, which is really depressing. A lot of people are dumping their creators because they have no choice. They're like, I can't afford to do this. And so in return, a lot of creators are saying, I'm going to find a new platform.
Yeah, I've seen a lot
so
of
there are
that.
Patreon alternatives. I believe Kickstarter's coming out with one called Drip very, very soon. If it's not out already, I'm not really sure. I imagine a lot of people are going to jump ship and go to the Kickstarter run thing now.
Until they fuck it up, and then we'll go to the next one. And that's basically how this fucking world works, isn't it?
Yeah, man. Look, if you look at the history of department stores, you watch fucking Bradley's fucked up. Let's all go to Sears. Oh, nobody goes to Sears anymore. Let's go to Walmart.
What are you talking about? Everyone goes to Kmart still, man. You can get everything at Kmart.
I mean, Kmart and Sears are the same thing now.
You can, if you need to find a VHS tape really, really fast, Kmart is probably the place you want to go.
Have you been to a Kmart recently? Because I was in one, like, within the last year.
Not since I lived in California, because there was a Kmart near my apartment, and sometimes they had, like, weird, interesting snacks that I had never seen anywhere else, and I would like to try.
Well, I've been to a Kmart this year, and, like, it's depressing. And that's how this feels.
It's like, it feels like 1993 in there. It's a little weird.
This is how Patron's move feels. Patreon's move feels like going to a Kmart in the year 2017.
You know what Patreon's move feels like to me, and you know what's even worse than a Kmart? Capitalism. Now, let me ask you a question. What you been gaming?
Gaming. So,
Video
do I go?
games.
I don't know. Who wants...
You're on the top of the list, so I was expecting
what anyone
Alright.
been gaming? Name
So I already talked about this earlier with the Zelda DLC stuff.
You did?
But that's pretty much kind of all I really did this week, because, homework is still a bitch.
But you did watch your friend play Mayro.
I did. After I got her the Switch, she played a bit of Mario.
Is she
it's
good?
Weird because she's mainly into Zelda right now. She's trying to go through.
Zelda's good. It's the game of the year.
Oh yeah, it is. So she just told me earlier today that she had finally finished the The bird dungeon.
Oh yeah, birds. I love birds.
Go birdie.
I love all this art of Cass I have stored in a hidden folder on my external hard drive that nobody can see but me.
Just post one of it in the docket, so people will love it.
I'm absolutely
Don't
not
do
going
that.
to do that because y'all are gonna get really mad.
But yeah, she told me I told her to go to take care of that because the ability we get after you beat it is really handy for exploring.
Right.
And she managed to actually beat the boss after like 2 or 3 tries, which is like,
Nice.
amazing because I was with her when she fought Water Blight Ganon.
And that did not go so well.
No, it didn't.
Oh no.
I had to actually step in and beat it for her.
To be fair, Water Blight Ganon is kind of a pain in the ass sometimes, but
I guess. But
for me, Fire Blight was the worst one so far that
I hated Thunder Blight.
I haven't done that one yet. Oh wait, is that the one
what?
where you go up in the air? Yeah, I played almost 100 hours of that game and I never beat it. I didn't do Thunder Blight Ganon or finish the game.
Thunder Blight is the one in the desert.
Yeah, I haven't done that one yet. That's the Gerudo one, right?
Yeah. And he's I feel like it's the hardest of the Blight Ganons.
Well, the thing for me about Fire Blight was I didn't know what to do.
Yeah, I had the same thing, and it took me a while. Like, oh,
so
okay.
until I literally had to look up what to do, and then once I knew what to do, I was like, oh, this is easy. But
yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, the second phase is what got me too.
it's just not obvious.
So I'm excited to see how she reacts to that. To be honest,
so she hasn't even started Mayro yet.
she played a little bit. I know I was with her when they finished. She finished the Cap Kingdom.
Ah, okay.
But she is mainly invested into Zelda right now.
Nice. Zelda's very good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Maggie.
Maggie.
Okay.
Oh,
What you game?
video games.
I heard you.
Hey,
Video
I heard you really
games.
played games this week.
Yeah. So, I guess I stole Mark's ability to play video games. I'm sorry.
Is that how it works?
But
Okay, but
I
so what did you use those
play
powers
games. I
Wait.
play games.
Is that how it works? You're only
Yeah.
allowed to play
What
a
kinda-
game in a week if you steal it from someone else?
Yes.
Oh.
I had to
Okay,
battle
but like, what
Mark.
game is it?
2
Yeah.
games. I played 2 whole games.
Oh man.
Tell me what they are.
Well, one of them, I'm a ninja, so I played for free.
Oh, we forgot to mention that meme. Go on.
And
no, we mentioned it, but
actually
we didn't
pretty
explain what
fun.
it is.
to be honest, Warframe is what I'm talking about because nobody understands what I'm saying.
Yeah, so really
Um,
quickly, at the Game Awards, there was this thing where every 10 minutes,
They kept running ads for Warframe over
and at the
over.
end of the ad, every time it would say, ninjas play free. So,
Ninjas play free, and then it would immediately be followed by like Uber Eats and McDonald's have teamed up so that you can get through the Game Awards without feeling hungry. And I'm like,
So-
how many people in that
about that?
at the Game Awards do you think ordered McDonald's?
Several.
Why would if you had Uber Eats, why the fuck would you
Yeah, how
order
many
McDonald's?
though? Like 2, 3?
I don't fucking know, man. You know what? I bet backstage it was like McDonald's
Oh
catering.
yeah, you're right.
Oh boy.
Just imagine that for a minute.
Whatever. That's like Dan
How sad
Reichert's
that would
wedding.
be. Oh god! But so the difference is he likes Taco Bell in a way that is like a little
Inhuman.
bit
Yeah.
I'm throwing up in my mouth a little bit.
Okay. Anyway, you played the game,
Anyway,
Yeah.
and thoughts?
So,
You played for free.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, free. It was very, very free so far. But yeah,
You actually don't even need to be
Very
an engine,
free.
so
Actually, I downloaded it because I heard from some cool people.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is a pin man, and then the other one is
Me.
an anime. An anime. One of them's kind of an
an anime liker.
Mm-hmm.
Anime fucker might be more accurate. I don't really know though.
I don't have a Dakimakura yet.
I mean, I'm not talking about you. I don't think you said anything about Warframe.
I am
but
anime
remember-
liker, so
It's very fun, and sliding around and shooting in that game makes me remember Vanquish, which is a good thing, because that was a very good game.
yeah,
It
you
makes
can do a
me-
lot of flips in that game,
Makes
like a
me
lot of
wanna
flips.
play Vanquish and also do more dumb shit in that game.
True story. You can slide in the air in that game, which you cannot do. in
Oh, I
Vanquish.
know.
Nice.
Oh, I'm having a lot of fun with all the dumb things you could do. With shooting and the big dumb weapons.
The movement in that game is absolutely bananas.
And I
If
also
you just sort of
love
jump,
how
mash,
everything looks.
Yeah, it's actually a pretty nice looking game.
I love the dumb, puffy space outfits that one faction has.
Oh yeah, the main
Yeah.
faction guys who just look like
The
they're like Space
main-
Marines but dumb.
The main villain, whose name
The Grenier.
is... What's his name? Vor.
Adrian
That's right.
Greniers, yeah.
The first boss I faced, his name was Vor. I had to kill the physical incarnation of Vor, and I won. So
And he was a big puffy
Vor
space
is
daddy,
dead.
right?
Well, I guess nobody can do any sort of sexual swallowing
Well,
ever
no,
again.
now I am the physical incarnation of Vor, unfortunately,
Uh-oh.
because
Is that
it's
how it
like a
works?
Highlander thing.
Oh,
I have to
shit.
leave.
Anyway, the next thing, I haven't really played too much Warframe. I played like 3-4 hours so far.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The next thing I've been playing a lot of. So I saw a thing from a website called Polygonal.
Polygon?
Yeah, Porygon.
Okay.
Porygon.com, and I saw a little gameplay thing they did for MechWarrior 5. And that made me want to play MechWarrior, so I've been playing MechWarrior 4 a lot again.
And you sure
And-
do like
And let me tell you,
complex like
I like mech games. It's fun.
Okay. Yeah.
You do. You're a big Warhammer mech.
I
person,
played that
so-
one Hawken, was it? With you.
Yeah, Hawken was a very good game. Hawken
Yeah.
is like an arcadey mech game.
Yes, very. But I played some Hawken with you. at
And it
one
was
point.
very fun. And I liked Hawken, but Hawken is dead on the PC now, so
True.
good luck playing that.
Mm,
But MechWarrior
That's a shame.
4 is a very good game, and I want another MechWarrior game, and I'm happy that there's
Well, it's
finally
coming.
fucking gonna be another one. So I
MechWarrior
can do
4
all
came
the
out in
dumb things.
2000.
Yeah, it did. Although MechWarrior 4 came out, and then there was the other thing that came
Revengeance
out,
or whatever. Yeah.
and then there was Mercenaries, which is the thing people actually care about.
Is that the one you were playing?
Yeah, that's the one where
Oh.
you just you have a mercenary unit and you can just do dumb shit with your mechs and strap an obscene amount of guns to your mechs. Put as many
MechWarrior-
guns as you can and then shoot it and see if your mech explodes because you put too many on.
MechWarrior, to me, is a really mystifying series. Because when I was a kid, when I was very young, we got... I don't remember who it belonged to. I want to say it was like my uncle or something. We got the CDs for... This is like not long after we got a PC for the first time. We got the CDs for MechWarrior 2, I want to say. And I, as like a 9-year-old or something... Man, when did MechWarrior 2 come out? I have to make sure that this is actually accurate. But, yeah, 1995. So, yeah, probably when I was like 9 or something. Tried to play that game as a 9-year-old, and you can imagine how that went.
Uh-huh.
If
You're
you've ever
probably
played the
like,
early
"Wow,
MechWarrior
buttons,"
games.
yeah.
I was like, what is this heat thing? Why am I winning? What's that?
Also,
What is
trying to play
LPLS?
MechWarrior on PC with the default controls is not fun.
It's
either,
completely
'cause
impossible.
They don't map them normally.
No,
It's
they
also
map them
good if
like
you have
crazy.
a joystick. A joystick is fun if you have it. I don't,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
no, I had a mouse and keyboard. And I
You
was
can
9.
make it work with mouse. At least in 4, they kind of figured out how to make it play decently with a keyboard.
Oh, in 4, I believe you, but in 2?
I think one of the Mech Warriors you needed a joystick. I can't remember though.
It's possible.
But Mech Warrior is weird because it's also BattleTech, and BattleTech is the tabletop wargame thing, and then
It
Mech
sure is.
Warrior is the completely separate kind of alternate universe shit.
And yet it is that at the same time, even though it's alternate universe.
Yeah,
That's my understanding.
they actually did it quite smart. They just did like an alternate universe thing to try to explain away the game rules and
Right.
change some stuff to make it work better in a video game.
Right.
Because let me tell you, BattleTech lore is weird. shit is weird in
Yeah, I
there and
believe that.
convoluted, and there's so many fucking civil wars over centuries that don't make sense.
Convoluted was the word I was looking for to describe MechWarrior as a series, to be
Like in
honest
Mech
with you.
Warrior, in the game, they pretty much don't talk about the neuro helmet things that are in BattleTech lore and is a big thing in BattleTech. which is for the best, because it's just confusing and weird.
I mean, without getting too into it, what is a neuro helmet?
It's like you kind of control the balance and some movement of the mech with your brain,
With your brains?
too, and
Nice.
also with physical controls, and
Yeah,
it can
of
give you
course.
like feedback and give you brain damage though. And there's a whole thing where your pilots can die, and that's what it's supposed to be for, really. But that doesn't work in MechWarrior, because if you died in MechWarrior, that would be the fuck it. So you can't really do that, can you? But I like dumb mech. I want mech games. All right, just give me the dumb mech games, please.
Okay, play more Gundam.
An actual Gundam game like that would be fun. That's not on a fucking Sega Saturn.
There's a Gundam.
I've heard of the Sega Saturn.
Yeah,
There was
man.
a Gundam that came out not that long ago where you could customize the parts of your Gundam. I can't remember what the name is.
That's Build Fighters.
Nope.
Good luck getting that in
Nope.
the United States.
I don't think it's Build Fighters. It's there was another one that was more recent than that.
I mean, that's also
Dynasty Warriors.
That's
Gundam.
also what I want to do. Is I want to customize the robot. I want to make my own cool robot. You know?
Yeah. You want to put the Zaku arms on the Dom and then
Yeah.
give it the Ack guy head and then
Gundam did actually have like a mech sim game, but it literally they're only on. Like,
I've
the
played it.
Saturn.
It's garbage. There's one on PS2. Hey. I like
Hey.
mech games, but I didn't do that. I played the Destiny expansion for one.
Oh, does that have mechs in it? Because it's like the future, man. You know?
It actually does have mechs in it. Yeah, that's the
Oh, yeah?
enemy in that one. You fight the robot. And yeah, it's not very long. A lot of people seem to be really mad about this expansion, and like I get where they're coming from, but I'm not. I thought I got my money's worth. I was having fun. Hopefully, I'm gonna do the raid soon. I don't have too much to talk about with that, or the raid lair, or whatever. But it's pretty cool. There's like a very cool Egypt thing vibe to it. You get to meet the guy who is like the best guardian, which is like what you are. And he's just like kind of apparently the Infinity boss, because maybe I'm misunderstanding, but I'm pretty sure what happens is he gets left behind in a timeline by his little robot thing, who you find, and then you go through a series of missions to go back to get him, right? Back in time.
Uh-huh.
And from my understanding is he basically spends 40 years infinitely fighting robots or something in this, because he turns from a regular middle-aged guy to an old man, and he's just infinitely fighting robots while this happens, and doesn't die. Like, he just lives. And also, he does some Spirit Realm Goku shit in the last boss fight. Man, yeah, it's pretty cool.
So
that was
he lost his Peter Dinklage, and then you find his Peter Dinklage, and his
Right.
Peter Dinklage leads you on a magical quest.
it's a girl Peter
save
Dinklage,
him.
but yeah.
Oh, Lady Dinklage.
Lady Dinklage, thank you. Yeah, it's pretty fun. They introduced a new gun that was completely broken called the Prometheus lens, which is like, just picture a gun that shoots a laser, and it's just like a steady
It
laser.
shoots out an incomprehensible and disappointing movie at you.
No, it does shoot. It does shoot a good meme. It does shoot a laser out of it, and the thing about this laser is that it's completely broken in PvP right now, because like if it's on you for like a second, maybe it just kills you like instantly. And
I mean, that's
So
how real guns work, man. Like, come on, that's
Right.
just realistic.
yeah. But here's the thing. So there's like a PvP event that happens on the weekends called Trials of the Nine, which is like a competitive PvP event thing, right? And they were like, Bungie, you gotta fix this before the event happens. Like, fucking figure it out. Rah. So instead of doing that, they said, we're gonna fix it, but instead of doing that for this weekend, what we're gonna do is we're gonna get this guy who shows up every weekend to sell you special exotic weapons, and we're just gonna make him sell it. So if you want to compete in competitive PvP this weekend, you got to go to this guy and get it, and then everyone will have it. So right now, Destiny PvP is laser tag, because it's just a bunch of people with lasers instantly killing each other all over the place.
It actually sounds
And-
like a pretty fun, like, alternate mode or something.
Yeah, even though it's very dumb and shouldn't be that way, it's kind of great in another way. So there's that. And then also, I played a game on my Switch. Can you guess what it was? Anyone?
I can see it here.
Okay, I know.
So you should probably just say it out loud.
It was the hot
Titty
new
Blade.
release from Nintendo, Bayonetta 3.
Yep.
Out now
It's the
in
hot-
stores.
It's the hot new release from Shulk, Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Yeah, if you've... Okay,
Is that the game with the titty lady?
it is
That's
the
just-
game with the titty lady.
The disappointing,
That
horrible
the game with the titty lady could be any video game on Earth. What are you
That could
talking
even be
about?
Tomb Raider.
I mean, not anymore, to be honest.
No, she's still got the titties. Lara
I mean,
Croft?
yes, she's a lady and she has titties, technically, but when I
You
say
can say, like,
titty
big
lady, I
anime
think...
titties.
when I say titty lady, I think you know I mean the lady who's like a third of her body mass is her titties.
Yeah,
Oh,
Lara
you're
Croft.
talking about Overwatch.
Yeah, Lara Croft and Tomb Raider 2. Yeah. So there's actually more than one titty lady in Xenoblade Chronicles 2, by the way.
That's
Oh
disappointing.
no.
It's not as bad as that, but they're but definitely offensive.
I can't wait for them to censor it and then people get mad about vagina bones again.
There's so much shit in that game. There's like too much shit. Have you ever played a game where you're just like, there's so many systems and subsystems and shit in it that like you feel like you're barely scratching the surface no matter how much you play?
I
'Cause you're
feel
just
like I
like-
want to say Xenoblade 1, but I think compared to 2. I think,
That's
it's not as...
so. That's how I felt about Dark Souls the first.
Oh
time
my
I
god,
ever
this makes
played it.
Dark Souls look like a game for babies.
So, I know how we could all experience that.
Easy game, easy life.
I know how we could all experience that feeling together if you want. There's this game called EVE Online, and that's basically that.
No, so
Oh,
that's
no.
actually, believe it or not, that's actually a great example. Because I've played
That's a
EVE
game
Online.
that you turn on and you're just like, what the fuck is going on? What is all this shit?
It's not quite as incomprehensible as EVE Online in that it guides you on a path. Like there's a main story and stuff to bring you to a place, but there's just so much side content, so much shit in that game, and I don't even think that's a bad thing. Like I like it. I've been having a lot of fun playing it, but it's just like, God, it just feels like you're digging a hole deeper and deeper the more you play instead of digging out.
Like, you
Of a
know
hole.
you're supposed to be going down the main quest, but you're like, no, just do one more side quest. No, alright,
Yes.
just one more. Just
So
one
just-
more. Alright,
I'm only
but
gonna
just
give one
more.
I'm only going to give one example of this because otherwise I would be going on forever. There's a thing in that game called salvaging. Your main character is a salvager. And what it is basically you walk over to a fishing spot and you go fish. And when you go fish in the fishing spot, you bring up some treasure and sometimes some enemies, okay? And you get unique treasure and unique... Well, I don't know if the enemies are unique, but the treasure is unique to doing this sort of little mini game type thing.
Is it like actual fishing?
No, it's a quick time. It's like press 3 buttons and
No,
then you
but I
jump
mean,
down.
like, does the character actually take out like a fishing pole and then fish
So
up treasure?
again, I don't want to get too into it, but basically in this game, instead of the whole of the game takes place on islands or ships that are in the clouds, or living creatures, really, is what they are, that are in the clouds. So a continent will be a giant thing called a titan, which is a living creature, and it'll have an entire continent's worth of land and terrain and cities and shit on its back, for example.
So all the islands are crabs and or turtles.
Sure.
basically.
And the sea, quote unquote, that they're all in is clouds. So what you do is when you go salvaging is you jump into the quote unquote cloud sea.
The vape sea.
Yeah, and you bring out your sunken treasure, basically.
You get that sweet vape treasure.
So anyway, there's a guy who ranks you on like how good are you at salvaging or whatever. I've only gotten to the first capital city in the game. Okay, which is chapter 3. I don't know how many chapters there are. I'm pretty sure I don't even have the full cast of characters I can play as yet. Okay? So you understand how far I am. If I might be wrong about this, but I'm pretty sure the max rank you can be in salvaging, or at least the way it's implied, is rank A. Okay? I went and talked to this guy recently, and I was rank B. So you can picture how much salvaging I've been doing in the side, like to just like get shit done. And yeah, it's super fun. There's a lot of really gross stuff, like some of the character designs, and there's too much shit in it, but it's good. If you like RPGs, you should check it out. And if you like Xenoblade Chronicles 1, you'll love it.
Xenoblade is the thing with the mechs, right?
It has
I'm
mechs.
thinking of something
No,
else.
both of them have it. 1 and X both have the mechs in it. This one, it doesn't seem like really has robots in it so much. But what it does have that is related to the first one, and is one of the best things about it, is... So this game comes with a free Japanese language pack, which makes all the voice acting in the game Japanese. I cannot recommend against getting something so much as getting that Japanese language voice pack, because the default voices are people who are like Welsh, British, Irish, Australian, and the accents are fucking incredible. And the way that they read lines is like PS1 era line reads, like you know, some like, I don't know, I'm trying to think of a good example.
Some Albert Wesker shit.
Yeah,
basically.
like Resident Evil 1 style Master of Unlocking shit, and it's like the text isn't like that, right? But the line reads are like that, and it's fucking amazing. I mean, if you just see an example of this, there's a scene where the main character Rex, you can look for Rex gets the Aegis or something like that. It's like the first time he gets it. The way he yells is straight up out of Mega Man X when Zero goes, "Ah, what am I fighting for?" Like exactly like that. And it's choice.
Beautiful.
And it's like that through the whole game. And it keeps going, like, oh my god, it keeps me lit. That's the thing that's keeping my path lit through that game, is the amazingly cheesy, like, it's kind of bad, but bad in the best way voice acting.
Alright, but is it as good as Dante screaming Dark Soul with light?
Yes, it's really like that.
I love that kind of shit.
It's not quite on that level, but it's extremely close to that. Some of it.
Good.
Yeah. All right,
Good.
and that's what I did.
All right, so let's talk about video games right here, right now. I played a little more Nier.
Yeah.
That game has gotten incredibly weird because...
Are you on the second playthrough?
Hold on, wait. Can
no,
I just
not yet.
ask Miko a question real quick?
What?
So would you say
What?
you're nearing the end? Alright, there you go.
Not even a little.
Alright, you may continue
Not even
now.
fucking
Banned. Podcast over.
Yeah, so I have not had a whole lot of time this week to play video games because, like, semester is almost over and all of the projects are due and all that, so I played a little more Nier. You weren't kidding when you said I'm right before shit starts popping off, because shit got mad weird as soon as I picked that game
I have
back
to ask,
up.
did you get to the
man.
robot sex part? The robot sex pit?
So it turns out the robot sex pit was way earlier than I had already
okay,
seen that.
cool, because that is a boy.
I forgot about
And then
it
you
because I
remembered.
was like more focused on like the purple slime man that came out
sure.
right after. Yeah. So now the purple slime man that I fought earlier, he has a twin brother, and they killed all of the aliens, and they want to kill the humans too. I guess I'm not really sure what's going on, but they seem bad.
Isn't I don't know anything about Nier, but like, isn't Nier about like androids or something?
Yeah, you play as androids, and so the humans got...
There's aliens.
The aliens came.
Men and...
Right, let me set this up for you. So, hold on. You need to preface. So, the aliens, they came from space.
I would hope so.
And now they're... Shut up. They came to Earth, and then they were like, we want Earth, so they threw a whole bunch of robots at the Earth. And then the humans were like, oh fuck, we have to leave immediately, and went to the moon.
Robots started fucking
and then... That's later. You're jumping ahead. You need to let me lay out the timeline for you.
Alright.
So while the people were on the moon, they were like, well, we gotta fight the robots. How do we do it? We make androids, which are kind of like
robots. But they're nice robots.
But not really.
Because we made them.
They're like robots that are nice.
And they got vaginas and
also,
stuff.
I can give... Yeah, also I can give them
and
panties.
Butts.
Because I'm...
I can give all these robots butts.
Anyway. Yeah, I can give them panties and blindfolds and swords. And then they go down and they fight the robots on the surface. And that's been going on for like 1,000 years and nobody's made any progress. So then you find out through the course of the game that actually all the aliens are dead. The robots haven't gotten a signal in like 1,000 years from the aliens because they're fucking dead. Because these two like fucking crazy supernatural like fucking naked people with no genitals killed them. I guess.
Yes.
I don't know what's going
accurate.
on. Yeah. So also 9S really wants to have emotions.
Wants it.
The
Loves
naked
emotions.
people
Can't get
are
enough.
The naked people with no genitals the goop people, or are those different people?
They came out of the goop, but they're just like naked. They look like people. So like you ever seen the cover, the angel from the Led Zeppelin album cover that has no genitals? They look like that, except without the wings.
Okay.
Yeah. So and also, if they hit you in the part where they're explaining how they want to kill all the humans, it hurts a lot, and you have to pause the game and heal immediately, or you're gonna die.
So, aliens took
Yeah.
over the Earth and then started a civil war with robots, and, like, then a Led
Yeah.
Zeppelin album cover came to life and killed them all, and now the robots are just having
Well, no,
an orgy.
they just look like a Led Zeppelin album cover. It's different.
No, it's the actual Led Zeppelin album cover come to life.
Okay.
That's how it works.
Yep. That's near. I'm
Yeah,
still
and
playing it.
9S really wants emotions, which you're gonna find out even more about in the near future.
So,
As-
like,
in
how
the
does a
near,
robot fuck,
Yeah.
by the way? Is that,
in the
like-
near
Yeah.
future?
Oh, the robots just
They don't.
So the robots don't have genitals
They don't
either.
fuck. They want
just,
to fuck, but they can't.
They really wanted to fuck, and one
Oh
of them
my
was
God.
like rocking an empty cradle. They're like, "I want a baby."
And so what they do is they just they clang against each other, but they can't fuck, but they want
So
to.
are you telling me there's a game that has a bunch of horny robots that can't fuck and they're just constantly horny all the time because of it?
No,
It was really kind of like
it's only one scene, but yes.
It's
No,
kind of
no,
like
but-
one scene in the desert where the robots want to fuck, and then I kill a lot of the robots and they run
Yeah,
away.
but you know that now, and it's just like that's probably in the back of like every robot's head.
Nah, the other robots got their own emotional shit going on.
Oh,
Yeah,
there's
so
like
some
a
of the
theme.
robots like splintered off and they're like good now, and then the like other robots they fight.
And
for
there's
different
one who's a
reasons. It's the whole
philosopher,
thing.
and yeah,
Were the
there's a
horny
whole-
robots not good? Did you have to kill all the horny ones?
Yeah, they were bad ones.
Well, they got very upset when they saw me and started attacking. So I
Yeah,
had
and
to
there's
defend
one who
myself.
wears a top hat, and there's just a
I
bunch
can't
of robots.
believe you killed all the horny robots.
Yeah.
And you
I
also
killed all the
played
robots.
another game.
But I also killed
That's
a whole bunch of
speaking
orange polygonal
of a
men.
super hot situation.
Yeah,
I don't understand why you have to do that when I'm trying to segue.
Because I have to it.
So I also killed a whole bunch of orange polygonal men because they put out a new super hot game apparently,
is this?
which I found out about by watching Unprofessional Friday.
Yeah, so I
it
saw
was
this.
very
Is this a thing you have to pay money for or not?
You do. It is $11.99. It is in
So
early
this is a
access,
completely new game.
and it
I know.
is
Well, I mean, I've seen it. But,
yes.
yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's still super hot. It still plays
Right.
the same. So imagine if you played through super hot and you were like, okay, I got to the end, and then you're like, I want more super hot. This game is kind of that because it is like a super hot roguelike. If you just want to play super hot levels forever, this is kind of where you would do it. Because it's like, they're randomly generated scenarios, like it's different, like, there's like a big square screen with a whole bunch of garbled characters, you know about super hot, and there's a couple of spots where it's flashing, and if that spot is flashing letters, it is like a
Can I help
level
describe
that
this?
you can go into.
Okay.
Yeah.
Picture
Hit me.
this. Instead of having a bunch of linear level progression in Super Hot, where it's like, now you do this level with this name, now you do this level with this name, and there's no progression or carryover or whatever. It's like, okay, we're going to put you through a number of random levels, and often the environments are the same, but the enemy placement, the item placement, all that is different. And you complete the level by killing all the guys. And after you do, sometimes you get a shop that will give you basically an extra hit. Usually, I don't think I've ever seen anything else. I don't know if there is or not.
They also sell full heals if you
Right.
have more than one hit point.
And so you have this sort of, what's the word I'm looking for? Roguelike type progression to it.
Yeah.
That you go through, and instead of having it be like one level, right, it's like a few levels within a set. And once you complete the set, then you can move on to like a new set of levels that are set up like that.
Right. So that's like your run.
Right, it's a run. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you.
Yeah.
And it's kind of interesting. I kind of want it.
It's neat. It's still in early access, so it's a little bit janky on the loading screens. That's about it. It actually seems like pretty much like regular Super Hot otherwise.
It seemed like they also are going to add more levels and more stuff to it, which I think will make it really fun and interesting.
Yes. So I'm curious to see how this game evolves as it goes through early access. But I fired up regular Super Hot because I realized I never finished that game.
That game good, and
then I also realized I reformatted my computer since the last time I played Super Hot, so I had to start from the beginning because Super Hot doesn't have Steam Cloud support. I guess I don't know. Yeah, well, that's okay because Super Hot's still really good. So I was playing a little bit of that earlier today.
Did you beat it?
And then I got to this one elevator level that I had a lot of trouble with last time I played. Where there's 3 guys and they all have pistols pointed at your head and they're 2 feet away and you have no room to move. That one. Yeah. I don't remember how the fuck I beat it last time.
I can tell you. How
I know it's move to the right and punch a guy and then you
get the gun, you throw it at the other guy.
I just need to get lucky and not get hit, I think.
You move, punch a guy, grab his gun, throw it at the other guy, and then punch the other guy who still has a gun. And then none of them have guns and you can live.
Yeah.
Yeah, Super Hot's cool. So is that one. So is Super Hot VR, even though I've never played that.
Yeah, I can't play Super Hot VR because I don't have a VR headset, and they cost a lot of money. But I would love to. I think it would be really cool.
Same.
So yeah, that's what I've been gaming.
Hey, did we get enough emails to do emails, or should we skip to the thing?
We can do emails today because I don't we've been doing this too long. We gotta move on.
Okay, go on.
Yeah. So, okay, so the topic was, what is your favorite game that has Mario in it? So, I'm gonna go to. Here we go. Okay, so here we go. It says, NJIT welcomes you to the Hanukkah celebration in the Student Center on December 13th from 9 a.m. to 9:30 a.m.
Is that the right thing to say?
I don't remember.
Actually,
no.
I'm in the wrong inbox. Sorry, guys.
Oh, that's weird. I don't remember that game. I don't know.
Yeah, so, but also, if you're in the Newark, New Jersey area, you can stop by for a holiday celebration.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Okay, so, first one comes in from our good buddy Cosmic Bard, who says, best main series Mario is Super Mario Bros. 3. I don't think you can top the variety of power-ups, worlds, and enemies in that. But best Mario? 1,000-Year Door. I will fight you. 1,000-Year Door is pretty good. I'll agree with that.
I'm going to need you to read that first part again.
The best main series Mario is Super Mario Bros. 3. Okay, we'll get to your opinions later. Okay, so next one comes in from Concordat, who is on the podcast anytime one of us can't do it.
True.
Says, hello, it's me, Andy. When thinking of Mario game I like the most... No, I skipped a word. That's not his fault, that's my fault. Super Mario RPG immediately comes to mind. Though I other title... Okay, he dropped a word there.
That ain't on you, homie.
Okay, though I other titles to be better platformers or action games, I just immensely enjoyed RPG's presentation, music, and characterization. Especially the music, goddamn, that's some good stuff. Slightly unrelated, but if you get the lazy shell in that game when you first played, how did you figure out you needed to walk on an invisible, unmarked path to get to one of the quest items for it? Pretty sure I learned about that from word of mouth, which makes me wonder where that guy heard about it.
I don't know, I never beat that game.
Yeah, I don't know. Also, the Mushroom Kingdom looks way better in that game than in Paper Mario, where everyone's living in pastel-colored mushroom-shaped houses, and that's some dumb shit. And then he followed up with an email that says, shit, I fucked that up, and gave me the corrected sentence where he dropped a word. So
no,
hey,
don't read that. Don't read the corrected sentence.
Don't worry about it, everybody.
The word he was missing was considered. I'll say that. Then we have from our good buddy Gar, who sent in 4,000 one-word responses. I don't think any of these are real video games. Okay, Super Mario Odyssey, Mario Does Dallas.
That's
It's
a
not
real
a good
game.
Mario at the Olympics, but it's an extremely horny sort of Olympics.
I know that's definitely a real
The
game.
fuck
that one.
Olympics.
Yeah, the fuck Olympics. Luigi's Mansion, where everyone.
If I've
is
learned
naked.
anything about the Olympics,
And-
is that they always fuck after the Olympics anyway. So.
Oh, so is Luigi Mansion, but everyone's naked, kind of like Luigi's Mansion, but instead of ghosts, you're going after like people, and then when you see them, you like point the flashlight, and then there's like a hentai scene going on.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Next.
Okay, Mario Natsu.
No.
Yeah,
I can't fool me. That one's not real.
And then we got one other, which I have to go to Twitter for this one because people don't listen, and you have to email me. Okay, Honorable Thief says SSX3, and I think he's wrong. I think it's a different SSX game on the GameCube that has
No,
Mario
I think it
in
is 3.
Do any of the SSX
I don't
games
think
have
so.
Mario in them?
One of them. There was this period.
It is SSX on Tour has Mario
Okay.
in it. SSX3
Yeah,
does
There was a
not.
period
around.
during like the late GameCube era where EA would put Mario, Luigi, and Peach into sports games.
Mhm.
So there was SSX. There was also NBA Street was one of them as well. I thought there was one more, but I can't remember what it was.
All I know is I definitely did not play an SSX game that has Mario in it, but now I kind of want to.
Yeah, so SSX on Tour is the one that has Mario in it. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think that's what he means.
Was he good in that game?
Maybe.
Was he good? Like, was he one of the better?
You can play as Mario.
Does
in
Mario
that game,
shout
so I
things
don't-
like "trick boost" and "let's get tricky" because
Yeah,
I
does
want to
he-
hear that?
I don't
We'll
know.
find out tomorrow. The power of Dolphin.
Yeah, we'll find out tomorrow when everybody I know purchases SSX on Tour for the game.
Yeah.
Yep.
Purchase.
All right, so that's all the responses I got. Don't email me about the Mario anymore.
Don't ever email me about Mario
But-
ever again, ever.
Let's talk about our opinions about Mario. So, mine, Mario Tennis Game Boy Color, and I'm going to tell you why. One,
That game is the
it's
fucking
barely
best.
a Mario game. That game is so good. So, first, one, barely has anything to do with Mario. It's fucking ridiculous how little it has to do with Mario.
Actually, you can literally, if you play the single player of that game, you can literally spend the entire game never ever seeing Mario until the very end.
Yeah. Yeah, at the end when you go to the Nintendo Open and you're like, oh yeah, you want to do a doubles match against Wario and Waluigi, and then Mario is the final battle, and then you finally beat Mario. And
Yeah,
then
you
you're
literally
the
see
champion.
Mario one time. You play tennis against Mario one time, and is he there during the award ceremony? I don't even think he is. Maybe he is.
I don't remember.
And then that's it. Bye.
It's been a hot minute since I've played a Game Boy Color game.
So yeah, fuck Mario.
But Mario Tennis Game Boy Color is mad good. And
That's
it was
my
a lot of
favorite
fun.
Mario sports game. True story.
Also, transfer pack supported on Mario Tennis N64, which means that my level 74 single player character just destroys everybody. It's fucking great.
I'm gonna
So-
say that in 2008 or 2007, I tried doing a screenshot LP of Mario Game Boy Color. That's how much I liked that game. And yeah, it was bad LP.
Yeah, so I always had this in the back of my mind as a game I might want to LP, but I could never make the format work because I don't do screenshot LPs.
I mean, yeah, you would have to do a video LP, which would be also bad. So suffer.
yeah, you can't. I don't think that would work. All right, who's next?
No one. All right, excellent. I guess podcast
There's no
over.
name on this one, so who is it?
That's fucking mine. Why? My bad.
Okay, so you know the part of the
I
document
know.
at the top where it
No,
says,
no,
but
no, no, no.
Yeah,
None
I
of
put
this
this
is
in-
relevant.
please do that.
I put this in at work. I just kind of forgot about that part. Anyway. Dude, I don't know. I just got to pick Mario 64 because it's the one I kind of remember the most. Is it
I mean,
a
that's
topic?
you're allowed.
No.
That's allowed to be your
Okay.
favorite Mario game.
No,
that has
hold on.
Mario
I
in it.
noticed when you put in the name of your favorite Mario game, you spelled Sunshine wrong. It doesn't have numbers in it. It's weird. You're not.
No, nobody likes Sunshine except for Dan fucking Riker. Get
I
out
like
of here.
Sunshine, but Mario
I would like
64 is
Sunshine
more
if I
fun.
didn't have to worry about the blue coins.
Yeah, Mario
Anyway.
64 is really good.
And Mario 64 was fine. If I want to go back to it, I can. No problem. Just catching the stars and being in the game and easy, but it's still fun.
Yeah, the
Like,
100
I will
coin
also-
stars are boring though. I agree.
I would also mention that I honestly wouldn't mind Sunshine if it wasn't for the fact that the blue coins are bullshit, and so many other extra Sunshines are just out of the way. So kind of awkward.
I actually like both Mario 64 and Sunshine better than I like Galaxy. Shots fired.
They have their perks, but now we have Odyssey.
Hey Maggie,
Yeah?
what's your favorite game that has Mario in it?
Oh, well, as you can see, it's Sonic Adventure 2 Battle.
Oh,
That's
does
the
that
best
game have Mario in it?
platform Game. No. That's why it's the best game with Mario in it, because he's not in it.
It seems to me like this game
Mario.
doesn't
Okay, I
have
don't think
Mario
you
in it.
understood the point of.
I've played 3
I don't think
Mario
you
games
understood
in
this
my
question.
goddamn life.
I see a character.
Then list one of those.
I see a character dressed in all red in this game,
I don't
and he
really
has a mustache.
love any of them, so I can't really say my favorite one because none of them are my favorite.
What?
Yeah,
Who just
yeah
cackled?
that's how I feel. But if you want to get serious, the best game with Mario in it is Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes.
That does have Mario in it.
It does, so...
It does.
So
You're
fuck
right.
you.
Okay. Well. All right. Well, that I'll allow Metal Gear Solid.
I'll let that one slide.
Metal Gear Solid's okay.
That
We're
game
gonna
also
do
has
that.
Yoshi in it.
I know,
Yeah.
Yoshi is actually the best
Game has a lot of
Nintendo
things in
character
it.
besides
Is that also
Samus.
the best game with Yoshi in it?
No. Because any game with Yoshi is the best game with Yoshi.
Look, let's hurry up. We get over 2 hours into this podcast.
Okay,
Yeah, we gotta.
Hey,
we gotta
I
go.
gotta eat.
you know what the best game with Mario in it is? Mario 3. You wanna know why? Because Mario 3 is the best Mario game. And I'll fight literally anyone who argues otherwise with my bare hands. And let me really quickly just say why. 1. Best enemies in a Mario introduced. 2. Best map system to Mario introduced. 3. Best power-ups in a Mario introduced. Karibo shoe? Like, get that shit out of here. Are you kidding me? That's so good. 4. When he takes a star, he does a cannonball jump and spins, and it's dope. 5. It's better than Mario 2 by a lot, and everybody likes the Mario 2. I don't know why. And 6. If we didn't have Mario 3, we wouldn't have Super Mario World, and that one's pretty good too. So Mario 3 is the best Mario. Period.
All right. Well,
No one can argue otherwise like that. I mean, it's just fact.
that's the Mario.
People
That's
try
the
to argue,
Mario.
but they can't. That's just
I
true.
mean, you can like bad video
That's my
games all
Mario.
you want, man. Like, nobody's gonna stop you.
Mhm,
you know?
Mario 3 is the best Mario game.
I mean, yeah, of a bad series of video games, it is probably like the best bad video game. You're right.
And the best 3D Mario is Mario Odyssey. So, got him.
I mean, that might
All
actually
right,
be
well,
correct.
They're
From
both
everything
correct.
I've
Both of
saw.
those things are objectively correct.
All right. So that's my Mario. Everybody loves Mario.
I don't love Mario,
And-
so don't lie.
Just
Let's
let me
leave now.
end the segment, please. I'm begging you.
Uh,
So that's emails. We have a new topic for emails, which I pulled out of my ass because I drive a lot
Perfect.
now. What's some weird billboards and or signs you've seen in person? Email
yeah.
me podcast@burndownthesandcastle.info. Oh boy, there's a hell of a lot of weird ones I've been
Podcast
seeing
at
lately.
burndownthesandcastle.info. And hey, if you can get a picture of it, even better. I'd love to see it.
Yeah, if you can get a picture, that'll be great. I'll link it in
If
the
you
show
can't,
notes.
that's fine, too.
Don't crash your car trying to
Yeah,
get a
don't do
picture
that,
if you're
please.
driving. Just pull over or just
We
describe
are
it
not
later.
saying whip
That's
your
fine.
phone out in your car while
Does
you're
it have
driving.
to be
Drive-
something you've seen in
drive safe.
person?
Yes, because if you've seen it online, it's probably something.
Yeah,
that
don't
everybody
just
has
go
seen
looking
online.
online for weird signs. I don't want to see that. I could find that myself.
That's why I said in person. Has to be in person. If it's a weird billboard that's online already, it's probably already gone viral. Anyway, we're gonna kick it into Web Watch. Speaking of things that went viral,
Yeah.
let's talk
Speaking of
about
things that went
the
viral,
internet.
California went viral with being on fire.
Sure did.
Hit me up, Game Bun.
So, yeah, California is on fire.
Yeah, and
Stay
inmates
safe,
are putting it
California
out.
dudes. So, but this dude, God bless his heart, saw a little bunny on the side of the road, tried to save it. And he did. He managed to actually grab it and get out of the way.
Yeah, I saw this 2 or 3 days ago.
Yeah, I posted it in the chat.
Yeah.
It's something.
This guy somehow saw a bunny in literal gigantic amount of flames and was good enough to go grab it out of that flame and get it out of there.
Yeah, because this is not like a small fire. This is like
no,
a huge
this is like your entire
where...
state has turned into a flaming hellscape fire.
This is like, you ever see one of the last scenes in Toy Story 3 where they're in the
it's like that
incinerator? Yeah, it kind of looks like that.
Yeah, he managed to save the little bunny. God bless.
All right. Well, I'm glad you picked this one because speaking of bunnies, yeah.
All right, everyone,
that's
strap in.
So,
we got like half an hour reading. All right, let's do this.
We're not reading this out loud. Absolutely not. So I'm trying to end this podcast.
In fact, I don't even want to give this
hours.
person the satisfaction of linking directly to their own shit. But
so on DeviantArt,
the
somebody
finest art
has
housing
made
place.
a Zootopia fan comic about abortions
and how they're bad.
Anti-abortion web comic,
right? And how they're bad.
Yeah, and also the first panel is actually the apartment from Seinfeld.
Yeah. Actually, the whole thing is based on the apartments from Seinfeld, including the interior. But anyway,
this is actually a fan made Seinfeld episode that they're hoping they can get NBC to air. So, well, he's not there yet.
Can we name the comic? What's the deal with abortions? Thanks.
Oh God. So, the comic is called I Will Survive, and the gist of it is that Judy Hopps gets pregnant from Nick, and then she's like, I want to not have a baby because I'm a young woman with a career, and I don't want to put that in jeopardy, and Nick Wilde from Zootopia gets very upset at this, and they have a fight, and then he leaves, and it's really ridiculous. But the good part about this is the comic edits, because it's a comic. You can bet your ass there's about 16 different lost edits of this. And my boy, tell me what you have done here.
There's a million edits of this. I did one too because hey, I mean, you gotta love edits. And
fucking memer.
The edit that I did was that I took a panel from it where they're shouting at each other and replaced the text with the Penny Arcade comic where Gabe is shouting at the people who shut down Visceral, and it's very funny looking when you read it. Because the last panel is Judy Hopps looking shocked and Nick saying, what you did is bad for games, bad for gamers, and trying to frame it as anything other than cowardice is offensive. Which is doubly funny if you apply it to the abortion this comic is originally about.
Oh my God.
Who knew that Nick was a gamer-gator?
I've never seen Zootopia, so they're not together in that movie, right?
They kind of are.
No,
they want to be.
I mean, they meet each other and hang out a lot, and now they're friends.
That's pretty much the gist
That's
of
what
it.
I mean. Like they're not fucking.
No, not yet.
So why is that? Why am I asking? Why is that a thing? This is
because it's
the world
people
we live
ship
in.
stuff.
Because it's on DeviantArt. So also, something else that personally makes me very angry that this artist has done is they have given Clawhauser a girlfriend.
Oh.
Clawhauser, if you've ever seen Zootopia, is like the biggest queen I've ever seen on screen in the past 5 years. He is so gay. He's like the gayest thing ever.
No, but this is when you put up that picture of those two soldiers from like World War II kissing, and they call it a friendship kiss. It's that pretty much.
A friendship kiss where you can tell they have a lot of friendship because the one dude has his tongue down the other dude's throat.
Yeah, they're really good friends.
Yeah.
And one of them's like fingering the other one while it's going on. It's real. They're just really great friends.
That's a friendship finger. It goes in the friendship hole. So that's what I had.
True.
So, come on,
Maggie.
So what? Yeah.
Can we end the podcast?
Oh yeah,
You're
no.
supposed
Let
to
me
say I had nothing now.
Yeah, I need to say that. Apparently, I have nothing. Move on. Thanks. You may
people need to know. All right. Mine is that there is a meme that happened recently on the internet. Have you heard of them, memes? And this
no.
one...
Can you
yeah.
explain to me the concept of a meme real quick?
No, this one is right up my alley.
No.
And what it is that picture your favorite fighting game character doing a move. Let's say, for example, Urian.
Sonic the Hedgehog from Sonic
Urian
the Fighters
from Street
or
Fighter
Super Smash
5.
Brothers.
And he's doing his Stand Fierce where he hits you, and okay, but instead someone edits the picture so that where his hand ends, where he would be hitting you, they edit in a picture of a dog being pet, so it looks like he is swinging his arm down in this very visceral like attack pose to pet a dog. And they just made a bunch of these, and they're all over, and everybody's been making them. The person who's made probably the most of them, and who, or at least who's had a lot of popularity with theirs being made, is at Demon Dan 14. And yeah, he's got a bunch from Street Fighter 5, and they're all very, very funny. There's one that got particularly a lot of attention that's really good. That is Tokido, actual pro player, and his character that he plays in every game, Akuma, doing the Akuma beat you pose, which is where he stands with his back and his arms stretched like a super cool guy. Only their hands are edited so that they're both walking dogs together. It's very cute and adorable. And then the quote is "Walk 1,000 steps," which when he kills you with his special move, he says "Die 1,000 deaths." So it's just a very sweet thing, and it's good. It's a nice combination of good things.
So I've actually seen this meme in the context of like just random images and not necessarily Street Fighter characters.
So it's actually not just.
So this kind of.
It's not just Street Fighter. Like I've seen some Guilty Gear ones. There was a really good Faust one, and some
just
other ones
fighting
too.
game characters that you've seen. But...
So yeah, it's just a bunch of fighting game characters and that stuff being done.
Well, I've seen ones without fighting game characters.
Oh, that's good too. Yeah, but it got picked up by the fighting game community, and they did a bunch of them. So it's good. It's very, very cute.
Yeah,
and nice, and it's good. And we're done now.
Oh my god, we're done. But
we're done.
We're done.
That's it. All right, let's go record Kingdom Hearts. Thank you for listening. Rate us on iTunes. Follow us on Twitter at BBTSC. Email me about your in-person billboards at podcast@burndownthesandcastle.info. We're done. We have to go scream at Kingdom Hearts for 6 hours.
This episode.
And remember,
that's why I'm trying to. That's why I'm trying to end the podcast. So you have to do less editing. Okay, I'm going to stop recording now. Bye, everybody.
Bye.